When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated power-fold third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln Splitgate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class's large traditional premium utility.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid, with America's best warranty. The Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin a category wheel. That's how we're going to do it now. I'm just going to drag out the word.
Yeah,
that way, no matter what.
Eventually I'll get there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So we just drag I spell wheel with like 7 E's.
It's like a late-minute merge.
You know what? That's exactly a zipper merge, if
it
you
is,
will.
yeah.
Well, we will spin the category wheel, and then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Cody, who thought baking soda was a weed-infused soft drink and found a way to answer 10 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration.
To make a test to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated power-fold third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln Splitgate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class's large traditional premium utility.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
No one likes having to choose. That's why with America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid, with America's best warranty. Or the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid, with power to navigate the toughest terrain. It's like having your cake and eating it too. You know, if you could drive a cake. Hybrids from Hyundai, it's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinkies?
Yes, Darlene. Pinkies Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkiesplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel.
Plumbing backs up and things get stinky. Call Pinkies.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Overtell us, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,341. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeats. Head Chef is back. Ted's Meat Potatoes. It is the season. The best cities for barbecue coming up at 4:30.
Yeah, and some of these cities will not shock you.
All right. Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How many barbecue cities do you still need to check off of your barbecue bucket list? You've been to Austin, I know.
Yeah, I've done Austin.
You haven't been to KC yet.
Right? I would say KC and Memphis are the big two ones.
Okay, yeah.
Because I did a lot of like pork stuff down in South Carolina and North Carolina, but
well, when you get to Memphis, yes. Kansas City, yes. Chicago's a barbecue town as well.
It is, yep.
But when you get to the South, when you get to the Carolinas, when you get to Alabama, when you get to Georgia, those are barbecue areas.
correct.
But there's not really one city that they are different in the way they do things, but it's just not in one city. It's every single small town.
Because barbecue changes kind of what it is region to region. So you can say, like Austin can say, we're the barbecue city, and everyone would say, of Texas barbecue, perhaps, right?
Sure, or Houston.
Correct.
Or look, my experience is Houston, bro. And here's the difference, though. When I went to Austin, I can't remember. I didn't go to the place you recommended, Ted. But
I'm a Terry Black's guy.
I wanted to go there. It was just too far from where we were based on the time we had. But because it's Austin, we walked 2 blocks. Here's a barbecue place. Never heard of it. Food was fantastic. So my experience in Austin eating barbecue is an establishment. Where in Houston, I've never gone to a restaurant. Or I've never gone to a barbecue restaurant in Houston. It's just my relatives cooking in the backyard.
Right.
And even when my parents lived in Austin, we did a Christmas down there. And basically it was quote-unquote catered by barbecue, but the caterer was my uncle who still cooked it all in Austin.
Okay, yep.
I'm sorry, cooked it all in Houston. So, like, all of my Houston barbecue experience, the restaurants might suck, but everyone that lives there can cook.
I was trying to explain to my buddy the other day, he has not spent a lot of time on the East Coast.
Sure.
But loves barbecue. And I was trying to explain to him, as far as the main courses of barbecue and, picnic food and all that, how it works regionally in the area. So I have what I like to call the hot dog and cased meat belt.
Right.
Okay? And that starts basically in Ohio. And there's a lot of hot dogs in Ohio. That transcends over into West Virginia, which is probably the hot dog capital of the United States.
I can believe that.
From there, you go into Pennsylvania. Now, that's more kielbasa. That's more German-style sausage. But the chief meat is a tube meat product. Okay. Then you get to New Jersey, and their chief meat product is a big tube of meat. All right?
Right.
So
Pork
this
roll.
this is the tubed meat zone.
Right,
okay?
right.
Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. Then you drop down. Now, Virginia and Kentucky, that is the fried chicken belt. Okay?
Yeah.
Think KFC, think Kentucky. Virginia is the fried chicken state capital of the United States.
You think so?
It definitely is. And without question, fried chicken is king in Virginia. Kentucky's king as well. But below that line, now you are in the pork zone. You are in Tennessee. You are in North Carolina. You
Do
are
not
in
adjust
South
your
Carolina.
TV set.
You
You're
are
in
in
the pork
Alabama.
zone.
But if you get a little west, then you get into the beef zone. I explain it like a king cake.
Right.
Like, depending on the zone,
There's also different sauces, right? So North Carolina is always going to be that vinegar base. Then you get to South Carolina, there's some mustard. Mm-hmm. There's Alabama white sauce.
Yep.
There's like a weird one, like a kind of runny one, I want to say in like Kentucky or
that's
West
Owensboro, Western Kentucky barbecue.
Virginia. Yeah, you could just tell where you are.
Yeah.
You
I
get,
would
it,
also
you get it
say-
in a jar. It's almost like water.
Yeah, I would also say, as far as barbecue joints, like there was a couple barbecue restaurants we went when I grew up, but the main thing was there was a stand, and the guy was there on Saturdays, and like you just drove and pulled over on the side of the road, and you got his barbecue.
That's barbecue I trust.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlicensed man standing on side of the road.
We're just going to talk about barbecue all day. And more barbecue talk coming up at 4:30 with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes.
Barbecue talk.
And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. So far on the year, Cody is the biggest dummy. It took him 10 to get one right. And as we do, we like to do a little men's room poll. And the last time that we did Big Dummy, we were coming up on the Father's Day weekend. Mm-hmm. which is meant for dad. And as we said, if you ask any dad what they would like to do on their day, you're going to get a myriad of different answers.
Sure.
Some dads want to spend the entire day with their family. Some dads want to be left alone. Some dads want to either go fishing or do their favorite activity or whatever they do. Some dads really want to go out and get their favorite meal. But either way, we said, who do you want to spend that time with? So what we did was we said, you're going to spend the day with. You get to pick who you get this is your special day. So who are you hanging out with? And your choices would be your children, kids, your friends, your parents, or your better half. And we put the poll up if you follow us on X at Men's Room Live. Here are the results. Coming in fourth place, you want to spend the day with, at 12%, your parents.
Yep, sounds about right.
That was the lowest on the rung. Barely squeaking ahead of parents in the third position. That would be kids with 13%.
the
of
people
vote.
responsible for you being a father. Like, I don't want you to be around.
Mm-hmm. In second place, with 27% of the votes, that would be your friends, which I thought was going to be the clear-cut winner.
Yeah.
It was not. Overwhelmingly, 50% of you, 48%, said that you would like to spend the day with your better half.
All right. Well, good.
Which tells me that you share computer time with your significant other.
Or your side piece. We weren't too specific.
Exactly. And
whoever is significant to you that day.
Pretty much. That day. So today on the poll, we are inspired by this story. And it is something that just came out of the Psychiatry, Psychology, and Law Review.
Which Ted has the subscription to and is kind enough to bring it in for us
he
to
leaves
peruse.
it on the toilet.
I do, man. That's where I get most of the reading done in that monthly that I enjoy.
So they said this is a surprising study. And it says when people make judgments about a defendant's guilt in a case where physical appearance could plausibly play a role, how does this normally shake down in our minds? So in other words, this is an attractive person. They are up on a criminal offense. Mm-hmm. Where does the jury's mind and brain go? Where does the public perception? What is part of all that?
Right.
And it's the looks of the person.
Of course.
Yeah.
So basically, they say, that's always been what we know. But
you don't say.
Yes, and they bring up the blind date swindle. Tend to be more lenient about friends as far as he's nice, he's a good guy.
Right.
But they talk about the leniency toward unattractive faces. Now the finding, which the researchers describe as an ugly leniency effect, challenges the assumption that attractive individuals always receive more favorable treatment. Turns out it's the exact opposite.
Really?
The researchers set out to
What, do we
understand.
feel pity because they're also so ugly?
I mean, do you want me to give you the scientific version of that?
Yeah, how do they explain that scientifically?
Well, they talk about first impressions based on facial appearance and how they might affect decisions of guilt or innocence in legal cases. So they studied a bunch of different things. Now, they were interested in the roles of facial attractiveness and trustworthiness when a defendant's appearance could be used as an advantage in committing a crime.
Okay.
All right? Like the hot teacher or whatever you think it is.
Sure.
The guy down in Tacoma, I guess.
Yeah, something Meeks, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, exactly. All participants were presented with a hypothetical scenario, a blind date swindle case. They were asked to imagine themselves as judges and to assess the guilt or innocence of 9 male faces. So basically, the faces were selected from the Chicago Face Database, categorized into 3 levels of attractiveness: unattractive, neutral, and attractive.
Do you think that the 9 men whose faces were used were aware of this?
No.
Like, what do you mean I'm in the unattractive?
Yes. So participants were asked to give
where you belong.
their first impression of whether or not each face looked guilty. And after each judgment, they rated how they came up to this decision on a 7-point scale. But the results of the study revealed a significant effect of facial attractiveness on guilt judgments. Specifically, participants were more likely to judge unattractive faces as innocent compared to both neutral and attractive faces.
Huh.
How about that?
That surprises me, man.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Now, since we're talking about your body, another news story in the news. A woman named Benita Sandhu. She is an actress, and she has been having a difficult time and talked in an interview about body shaming. And she is an actress. They call me ugly. She has been in many, I guess, like Bollywood-style films.
Okay.
Either way, she just came out in an interview and talked about the fact that, she never really thought about her body that much. Until, of course,
everybody else does.
She became famous and then goes online and then reads all the crap and did not know that was ever something that people perceived her as.
Did you see the little blurb from Sarah Jessica Parker today?
About her face, yes. That
was
another,
she was famous just years ago, but she was doing an
actually,
interview.
It was not about her face. It was about her attractiveness.
Right, but I think that plays in.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's her face.
I know that.
But okay, so she says attractive, but she just said, "Look, man, at the time I'm doing Sex in the City, or whatever." And I know what the rumors were, but anyway, she's like, I read it in one particular magazine. She didn't say which one, but she's like, I just broke down in tears.
Right.
Because she
didn't know.
Because she said it seemed like whoever wrote it, she goes, it's one thing to express an opinion, but they seem to take such glee in insulting my appearance. And I'm like, I may have done that.
I mean, yeah.
I feel bad.
I always thought she was hot.
Oh,
I never got the whole.
There's a very attractive quality about her.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, people have good days and people have bad days.
For sure.
And, when you're in the media and spotlight in Hollywood and people are taking pictures of you with a Starbucks cup, it's different than when I see you on Sex and the City.
Yeah, that is for sure.
And that's for everybody. People, you should be able to just be yourself without that. So I understand that. Okay. So far, we've talked about the attractiveness or trustworthiness in a face and your body and what you think of your body. Next up is brains.
All right.
Okay. So people are talking about the fact that they have come to the realization that they are just their brain does not work as good as other people. It is not as quick in a lot of situations, whether it's an IQ test or having a difficult time with jobs. All these different things. So people are talking about. They say in this age of social media and people constantly showing off for clout, it's become all too easy to focus on things that we don't have. But it's important to be appreciative of things we're lucky to have, like an average intellect or higher. So they started talking to people what it's like to have a very low IQ. And
do people volunteer for this?
Yes. So I checked out some.
And you just look for the person eating glue.
It's and these are tough.
Mind if I talk to your son Billy?
Some of these are like Jesus, man. Like you read them, like man, very challenging. You don't know when people are serious. You don't know when they're joking. You're gullible. You may become distrustful and develop a cynical attitude about people because of always being suckered. Another one. I've been trying for the past year to accept being cognitively inferior.
Jeez, man.
Especially when on a daily basis, people run circles around you without having a clue what's going on. At least I don't know what's going on.
That's uplifting.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I'm stupid and I know it.
That's the weird thing.
That's basically what they're saying.
I'm low IQ. I think I'm going to lose my job every day due to being incompetent because I am. Well, I always get feedback about how I do simple things incorrectly. I'm not blaming anyone but myself. Blah, 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 blah. So, brains, okay? We're talking brains today. And one more, that would be personality. Where we find this article that says, these are the most 7 common negative behaviors or characteristic traits in people.
Uh-oh.
They say everyone has flaws. Some negative personality traits are more common and more disruptive than others. So they broke them all down, and here are the 7. Number 1, arrogance, the I'm always right mindset.
But I am.
Okay? Dishonesty, bending the truth for personal gain.
Okay, I was lying about that.
Impulsiveness, acting without thinking.
What?
Typically, that gets better with age. Passive aggressiveness, the art of subtle hostility.
I hope you think you look nice today, Miles.
Stubbornness, refusing to adapt or listen.
No, I will not apologize.
Selfishness, prioritizing personal gain over others.
Because I'm awesome.
And negativity, always finding the downside.
I hate you.
In things. So our poll,
like Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Right. Today, you are going to change one thing about your partner.
About your partner.
About your partner. Or if you don't have one, the last person you went out with.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So the first thing is the face. Back to the, belief that, if you're attractive, you can get away with murder.
Sure.
And that's not the case.
Turns out the uglier you are, the better off you are.
The second thing you could change about that person is their body. The third thing is their brains. And the fourth is personality.
Okay.
That's your Men's Room poll. Vote now if you follow us on X and Men's Room Live.
Where are you going with, Mike? I'm going to go personality.
Personality?
Because I I like her personality. Sometimes I'd like to like it more. Like when I say, hey, let's go to the bar. She says, no, do we really need to go to the bar? Or when we're at the bar, do you really need that last drink? Well, I don't need it. I didn't need any of them that I have. So what's different about this one than the first one I had 9 beers ago? Mm-hmm. And I don't know what I want for dinner at 9 a.m. This has been the case for the 20 years we've been together. At 9 a.m., I do not know what I want for dinner. Why do you keep asking me this?
I'm going with body.
Body?
You go with body.
Switching the body. Her body has been sabotaging her since before I knew her.
Oh, you mean talking about just
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, see, safe route.
That's how we sell it.
Is that really how you're going to take this?
Damn right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thinking of you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that adds something to the butt and front side.
That's right. You know, we can make a few adjustments there, but
Yeah, 2 boobs on the back for dancing. But, you know.
dancing. Yeah, dancing.
Slow dancing.
Dancing horizontal.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK. Who is our first contestant ready to play the big game?
Somebody on Twitter already said it. They're right. Like, there's no right answer.
There's not.
That's why it's going to be a hard poll today.
Especially if you're in the car with you.
of it.
I know for sure I have dated people that are probably like, he's not the most attractive, but I like him because of this and that. But she never said it to me.
Oh, of course not.
Right.
Baby, let me just tell you something. We've been together for a while.
That's everybody.
I've always thought you're ugly. But man, oh man, you know how to make me laugh.
Right.
Yeah, I just love being with you, you ugly L.
Dude, no one
Put
can
that in the Valentine's Day card.
No one can check all the boxes.
No.
Look at Ryan Lochte, right?
You didn't get brains.
Look, he is a good-looking
Gorgeous human
dude.
being.
He's got a beautiful face, I'm sure. Body, unbelievable. Personality, meh.
Ryan Reynolds.
But if you could change one, brains.
Ryan Reynolds is the only one.
Maybe he checks them
I
all,
bet
all
he
the
has
boxes.
a big hairy mole on his ass.
I think
or
he's got
something.
some skeletons in his closet.
What if he has a small penis?
I hope so.
Because you don't know the body.
Maybe Blake likes a small penis.
All right. Well, I mean, there's got to be something
Do
wrong.
you tell a guy that? Hey, happy Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
Apparently you do.
I'm just saying.
I have a shallow vaginal wall, and you're great, honey.
That is sexy talk.
No, you
Get
don't.
those pants off.
No, you don't want a big one.
Yeah.
But I do.
Uh-huh.
I really like the hair on your back. Thanks.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo, bitches.
Boom.
Matt, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober today.
All right, Matt. Let's go here.
Given today's day and people are off, I would think we'd have a lot more non-sobers.
Well, it's
the
a
usual,
holiday.
right?
Okay. All right, Matt, you're going to change one thing about your partner on the men's room poll. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Personality.
Personality.
What's the problem with the personality?
I mean, just obviously thinks she's always right, this and that. She can't do no wrong.
How long have you been with her?
2.5 years.
Oh, that's it? Damn. All right. You sound like a man who's
Who's been beaten down.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds much longer than that.
Well, he has been right in 2 years.
You look weathered.
That's a good point.
You
That'll
look
age
weathered.
you.
Gray hair, Matt, the whole deal.
All right, Matt. Here is your question. What is the brightest star in the Earth's night sky?
It is Sirius.
One and done.
Boom. One and done.
Nice job.
Hey, tell your girlfriend you were right.
Yeah.
One and done right.
You're right.
And then sleep on the couch. All right, we got a 50-50 question for you since you're one and done. True or false, Ronald McDonald is called Donald McDonald in Japan. True or false?
True.
Donald McDonald.
Yeah,
They have a hard
because
time with
in
the
Japan
Rs.
and a lot of Asia, R is a very difficult letter to say. So they go Donald McDonald. In fact, this is true. So this was in Japan like 20 years ago. It was the Louis Armstrong Festival.
And then L's are also a big issue.
Well, because pronunciation-wise, you pronounce the L like an R, you pronounce the R like an L. So they had this big-ass banner that goes from one side of the street to the other, and it's spelled the Louis Armstrong Festival. And the thing was, if they read it in English out loud, they said, yeah, the Louis Armstrong Festival. Because the R's and L's are pronounced different. It's like us in Russia with V's and W's.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Right.
they're like vodka. You're like, that's so funny.
Game is Big W, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Ryan. Welcome to the men's room.
Day-o.
Boom. Hola. Ryan, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Ryan.
Sucks.
Okay, you're going to change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Oh, man. Personality?
Okay.
Everyone's playing it safe.
Yep.
Because, look, here's the thing. You can argue with your significant other. You can have a disagreement about anything. It doesn't matter. So you can say personality. If they say, what the hell is that about? And you say, well, because that's what I did in my case. Say, look, most of you I like, but here's the debates that we always have, right? But if you say body or face or mind, that's a much longer conversation.
I would take, look, I probably would get all of them. You know what I mean? I would expect
All of the
all of
above.
them. I'd be like, yeah, seriously. And I'd be like, okay, I get it.
I think my wife would pick personality. Of quickly. I don't even think she debated. Like personality.
What about face?
Face? I hope not, man, but I don't know.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be stuck because 20 years has gone by.
Look at who she's attracted to.
Yeah, I know.
So
all the younger versions of me.
If she could just change the face. yeah. That's what I'm saying. I know for a fact I get every one of those.
Damn. All of the above.
That's right.
All right, Ryan, here is your question. What is the street address or just the street itself of the Simpsons family?
Ooh.
Oh, Spooner?
No, that's Family Guy. That's the Griffins.
Oh, it is.
I was going to say
Family Guy.
Spooner Street, too.
Is it like Springfield Avenue?
No.
Main Street, First Street?
742 Evergreen Terrace.
Evergreen. Terrace.
Evergreen.
That's how I know they don't live on the East Coast. Because terrace on the East Coast means the ghetto.
Definitely an
Terrace
apartment.
never sounds good.
No, it's not good. That's kind of the East Coast way of saying this is a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
But they give it a beautiful name up front.
Well, you gotta
Welcome
pick 4 or
to
5 of those.
Marigold Terrace.
Also Heights.
Heights is the big one.
But Heights is the entire neighborhood, where I feel like Terrace is kind of a smaller sub-neighborhood. So even the guys at so-and-so Heights go, right, but don't go to Terrace.
Well, like, I grew up in College Park. Beltsville's next door.
All right.
The bad part of Beltsville is Beltsville Heights.
Yeah, exactly.
People in Montlake Terrace right now like, well, you hear these people?
I know, East Coast.
Well,
man.
Montlake Terrace is different. Yeah, that's a nice
Do you hear
neighborhood.
these guys?
But if it were Montlake Terrace on the East Coast, we would say they're in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you change your name. All right, there, Ryan.
Would it be ultimately horrible if there was a terrace inside of a Heights?
You'll always get the terrace inside of the Heights, right? So
Okay.
the Heights is the much bigger geographic area, which means this entire area is kind of bad. And then when you find the terrace inside of the Heights, that means like specifically because of this place.
People in Loyal Heights right now going, if you listen to these guys,
Yeah, it's telling you the truth. All right, here's your question. What team did the Denver Broncos defeat to win their first Super Bowl? And the team they beat, by the way, has lost 2 Super Bowls.
They've lost.
Or both of their Super Bowl appearances is the way.
Are they still around?
The team, yeah.
Okay.
Have they lost the Super Bowl? Or have they won the Super Bowl, I mean?
They've been to 2 Super Bowls, lost them both.
Oh, okay.
Stick with an NFC team.
Yes, it is an NFC team.
I would have screwed that up.
They're one of these teams that, for whatever, unless you are a fan of this team, I've never met anyone who even cares about them. Mike just nailed it.
The Browns? No, the Bengals?
Think about
an AFC team in this case.
Think about an area that is notorious for losing championships.
All right, how about this one? They lost the most embarrassing Super Bowl loss a team could possibly have. The Atlanta Falcons.
28-3. Well, that was the score, right, at halftime?
A sure thing, but not against Tom Brady.
No, not because of the Falcons. I'm telling you, God, they're whatever.
They're
All
bad.
right.
They're bad.
They are. And they got our boy, though. What's his name?
Penix.
Michael Penix.
Yeah, Michael Penix. And he kind of looked like the real deal last year.
He's
I'm curious to see, what he does this year. Unfortunately, he's still on the Falcons. All right, your question, what age preceded the Iron Age?
The Bronze Age?
That's what I thought.
got it. Nice
Yeah,
work,
buddy.
Ryan. Nice work.
That's why he used to be Bronze Man. Then when he got older, he changed it to Iron Man.
More Big Dummy coming up if you'd like to be a contestant. 206-803-ROCK.
When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated powerful third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln Splitgate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class's large traditional premium utility.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid, with America's best warranty. The Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinky's?
Yes, darling. Pinky's Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkysplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel.
Plumbing backs up and things get stinky. Call Pinky's.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our next contestant ready to play the big game?
Before we get there, I offer my apologies for a wrong answer. The first Super Bowl that the Denver Broncos won was against the Green Bay Packers. The
That's what I
second one
thought.
was against the Atlanta Falcons, but luckily he guessed both Cincinnati and Cleveland, who were both in the AFC.
Well, I do remember that guy Robinson when the Falcons were in the Super
running
Bowl
back?
years ago. I think he was a DB. But he got popped with a prostitute
Correct.
the night before. I can't remember who they were playing.
The night before?
They don't blame him for the loss, but I don't think he played in the game.
That was a while ago because that was with.
Could he not play?
So what I'm saying is I do believe the Falcons have lost two.
They have.
I just think
That
was,
part's
that was,
right.
that was the first
Was
one.
that were they? Yeah, that was years ago.
God, Papa, I don't remember that.
I mean, he got
Yeah.
popped with a prostitute like the night before.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
yeah. Was it Eugene?
Eugene Robinson played
yeah.
11 seasons in the NFL. Yeah.
The night before.
The night
The
before.
night. That's the part that kills me.
Before.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's
What are you
trying to
doing
relax.
tonight? Oh, you know. Well, I mean, we made it to the Super Bowl.
Nah,
Curfew's at 10.
I'm out for dinner, boys.
Well, remember Entertainment and Dining District.
But so I mean, who did they play that year? Was it the Niners?
No, because they're NFC.
They're NFC. Anyhow, they lost that game, but the big one was the Raiders. Remember, their center panicked, had a mental breakdown, and drove to Mexico. And he's down there like the night before the game. And he's down there
remember
doing
that.
drugs and drinking. And somebody's like, "Hey man, like you're the starting center," and he's just so out of it, like, "No, we already played the game." And they're like, "No, it's today."
Yeah,
That sounds like waking up from a nightmare.
Yeah,
It's real.
He had a
That's-
real mental snap.
Right, because it wasn't like he just was like, "Oh, screw it, I'm gonna get drunk." Like he had a mental break.
He full on snapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like his story was not funny to anyone.
No.
Like,
But that was a
damn.
costly one because he was the starting
Yeah, the
center.
center.
The linchpin in there.
Wow.
Damn.
All the guys.
That's wild.
Can't
dude.
be like the backup kicker.
And you're in Mexico. How did I end up here?
I think he had as many questions as the people
He obviously had
questioned
his
him.
passport. He had his passport.
About to say, when do you wake up from that?
Well, I think the game was in San Diego.
Oh.
Okay.
So he got on the train.
Yeah, I mean, he literally, just like went over there.
Peace.
He woke up in Tijuana. His wallet's missing.
This ain't half bad. We won.
Where's my hat at?
Kidney sitting in a nice bucket.
I wonder if he could tell you who won and who lost the game that he thought already happened.
I don't think he could have at that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
We already played it. Well, who won? Where's the trophy?
How did I do? Hello, Albert. Welcome to the men's room.
Albert, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right. What are you doing over there, Albert? You drinking a men's room IPA?
No, I wish. I'm just doing some whiskey shots.
Oh, okay.
All right. Go big or go home. What kind of
great.
whiskey you got?
I got, what is that called? The Fireball.
Oh, Fireball.
You're going, ooh.
Mouthwash
Okay.
and whiskey all at
You'll
once.
need some Advil later. All right, Albert, our men's room poll, you're going to change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Oh, man. So I have an ex-girlfriend. So, I mean, I wouldn't change anything about her, but I think she would always want to change her body.
Her body. Okay.
Why would she want to change her body? Because obviously you disagree with that.
I mean, she was hot, but it's just that She always wanted to be skinnier. I was like, why?
Okay.
That's every woman I've ever met in my
yeah.
life. Like, just whatever.
Probably 80% of the population has that mindset. If I could just lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds.
That's always what it is.
Well, and it's always in the opposite direction. You know, I wish my boobs were bigger.
I wish my boobs were small.
Exactly.
I wish
My
I
boob
had
was
curly
bigger.
hair, straight hair. Basically, I want what I can't have.
Right. Whatever
Just
you don't
saying.
have is what they want.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. I wish I had a different husband. I know.
I know.
Yeah. I always just said a dad.
All right, Albert, here's your question. What fruit do the British call a courgette?
Courgette.
Or courgette?
What fruit?
What fruit? It is a fruit.
Courgette.
I think you know the answer, but it is a fruit. And trust me, I checked.
All right.
Because I'm like, I think it's a fruit, but no one really thinks of it as a fruit, but it is, in fact, a fruit.
Oi, fancy a courgette?
I'm going to go with a pear.
I'll say tomato.
Nope.
Apple.
Zucchini.
It's technically a fruit.
It is a fruit.
Thank God.
Like I said, I double-checked it.
Cucumber's a fruit too, isn't it?
I believe so.
If it's got seeds, it's fruit.
Damn jackass fruit.
That's
Seeds
a-
on the inside.
That's the litmus test.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Peppers.
What about strawberry?
Well, that's the one exception. It's the only fruit. That was a future big dummy question. It's the only fruit that grows its seeds on the outside, which did make me wonder, do the other fruit look at strawberries the way we would look at a crazy lady who's wearing a bra on the outside of her shirt?
Probably.
Hey, strawberry, man, the seeds go on the inside, man. What are you doing?
Live your own life.
The real question is, can you zest a strawberry?
Yes, you can.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
But it doesn't have a
Cleanly
rind.
without
It does. Just not much of one.
Exactly. You're not going to get a lot out of it, but you can.
Potato peeler.
I've done it
You know what? I'm going to try that today.
Where were you zesting a strawberry?
at my house. After y'all challenged me if I could zest a strawberry.
You guys are some weird ass.
Don't challenge Mike to zest strawberry. It sets him off.
He'll zest anything he
I'll
wants.
zest the F out of that strawberry.
So sorry I missed that party now.
Make a daiquiri. Just there we
What's
go.
next after this? How do we top it?
I know.
What's he going to zest now?
I know. Wacky.
Who's ready for pin the tail on the donkey?
How do you not have a show
I
on
told you
Food
this place
Network?
is going to be nuts tonight.
Mike the Zester. Mike just shows up to
Get his zest.
go.
Just sitting there with a coconut.
I could have just brought a block of cheese. You'd have been happy.
All right, Albert, your question. What color is diamond dust?
Glitter.
The legal kind.
I got you.
I think I know this.
Black.
No kidding.
I was going to say purple.
Because it's carbon. You still wouldn't picture it that way, but I guess when the dust flakes off or when they grind it or whatever. Like
So when you zest a diamond,
when you zest a diamond,
With another diamond.
the rind is
You have
black.
to use another diamond to zest a diamond.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
great.
you do.
Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Your girl and your Johnson. Hola.
You girl and your Johnson. Jeff, are you sober or not sober?
Team Soar, I'm still at work.
Okay. All right, Jeff, our men's room poll. You get to change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality.
It's going to have to be a past partner because that's all I got at the moment. Probably personality.
Personality.
Yeah, I mean, she knew she was a very attractive lady. She kind of used that to try to get away with her a lot if she wanted to just either go party, get herself in trouble with some legal stuff, cheat on whoever she wanted. Not to really throw any shade at her, but...
Oh, no,
not at all.
No, you never even went there.
I mean, if she's listening, she's probably like, cool.
I'm sure someone from that hometown is probably listening.
Well, you should write her a personal Yelp review. It sounds beautiful.
Yeah, she has a better chance of probably reading that.
That would be horrible.
Yelp reviews on
Personal
Facebook?
Yelp?
Personal Yelp.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine?
Just Google your
So
name.
you don't do it. You have nothing to do about it. It's just there, and people comment on you.
People already only leave bad reviews.
Yeah,
like you
right.
put scorn behind that.
Now it's personal.
This jackass
God.
came into the QFC this morning at 8:30.
He has a wart on his penis that he never brings up.
He farts in his sleep.
I mean, I definitely get that one.
How come no one said anything about his breath?
You know, like I had somebody say that to me once.
What's that?
Like breaking up. And you farted on me when you're sleeping. I was like, well, I was asleep.
Yeah,
What do you want me to do?
Why even add that in a breakup?
you did too.
Oh, that was such a little pet. Like,
It's a knife
that's why I
twist.
was like, all right.
That's all you got.
Right. It was just that
That's all
point of
you
the
got.
conversation. Like, all right, I get it. Let's,
Jesus Christ, Jeff.
All right, Hefe.
My bad. My bad.
Pull it together.
No,
Here's your
I'll
question.
try my best.
On Saturday Night Live, what country did the Coneheads claim to be from?
I don't even watch them that Saturday Night Live. I don't know, Switzerland?
Was it Canada?
France.
We're from France.
Oh,
I mean, they made a movie out of it, too.
Yeah, they did. Not a good one, but they did.
I thought they were going to name a city instead of a country.
No, that was their thing. Just, we're from France.
From France.
And it was always that all.
Right. All right, Jeff, your question. In the movie Dirty Dancing, what did Baby carry?
man, that's another good one. I haven't even seen that movie.
It is a fruit.
How old are you?
31.
All right,
Okay,
that
that
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yep.
I give you a hint. It is a fruit.
A fruit?
Yep.
Is that fruit the same name as its color?
No.
No,
And if you mean orange, I like how you don't guess to give us enough of a clue. I'm not taking my finger off the chess piece, but
Can you make a daiquiri with it?
right.
Yeah.
Is it in schnapps?
A banana.
That's what I thought.
I'll say apple.
A watermelon.
Watermelon.
Oh,
Watermelon?
I don't know.
Nothing wrong
Nobody
with it.
needs a hand carrying one extra banana. Just put it in your pocket.
I thought you said he just carried it around with him.
She did. Yeah.
That's how she first saw and got introduced to this Dirty Dancing. When she carried a watermelon over where the workers were. They were doing the Dirty Dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Look out.
It's a beautiful movie, Miles.
I'll take your word for it.
All right, your question. What was Marlon Brando's screen name in The Godfather? What character did he play?
Oh, man. Paulie. I don't know.
Paulie.
Godfather either.
Give me the full name, Ted.
Don Corleone.
What's his first name?
Was it Dom? Dominic?
No, it's Don.
Hang on. What is his name? What is Don? Victor?
Vito.
Vito Corleone.
Vito, like Vito's on first down.
Yeah. Hey,
Get out of here.
Oh, hey, I like those cutlets thin.
What do you think happened to the nude paintings that used to hang in Vito's up here on First Hill?
Oh, somebody bought them, and
I'm saying, like, they didn't just get thrown away, did they?
I don't know.
somebody's laying on their back looking
I was
up
just
the
love.
ceiling
I was
at
just
them.
love to put that up, just randomly
In here somewhere?
depending on if people are coming over to my house.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Depending who I was.
I put it in my bathroom.
Here's a
Just
topless
got this
woman.
big topless woman up there.
What is that? No idea.
Please take a seat.
Which somehow is classy. But if I just had a picture of a naked chick hanging out, people are like,
Right.
you're a pervert.
Yeah, you got to make it a painting.
You got a Bud Light poster with a cow with their games out.
Painting naked, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, there's grapes.
Think about that when you buy something on Amazon next time.
Right. I was
If it's
thinking
a
painting.
painting, you can get away with it.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, your question. In what state is Gettysburg?
It's obviously one of those East Coast states.
It is that.
But I'll tell you this, Jeff, it's one that does not touch a body of water. The ocean, I'm sorry. The ocean.
True.
I think that rules out Pennsylvania then.
No, it does not. It does not touch the ocean.
As a matter of fact, it doesn't rule out Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
All right.
How
did he know?
Talked him right into it. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-RIDE.
Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
David.
Hello, David.
David.
Uh-oh. David, take us off mute, David.
Goodbye, David.
You guys ever been to Gettysburg?
Nope.
I have not.
Yeah. I think everybody should go.
What's the
I
address?
agree. Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, how are you, gentlemen?
Hola. Tom, doing great. You're sober today, I'm assuming?
I am sober, yes,
Okay.
as always.
All right, Tom, change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
I'm going to answer for my wife, face, because as she gets slightly older, she's worried about looking a little older.
So,
All right.
So body,
Face.
face.
She doesn't want wrinkles.
I see. Okay.
Tom, you're very diplomatic how you put that. Well, as she gets older, she worries about it.
Yeah.
So on behalf of her, I'm hoping that she'll feel better about herself.
Google gave you 3 options. You took the longest road.
Am I allowed to tell you that she's the one who gave me that answer?
Well, of course.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
sure.
Now, wait. Did you ask her or did she tell you when she heard the poll?
Well, I told her that, man, that's a horrible question. And she said, here's your answer.
Man, that's a horrible question. No, it's not.
It's not. It's a fair question.
There's an answer for every human being on this planet.
There absolutely.
You know, whether you want to hear it or
No
not.
answer with her listening.
I'm telling you.
That's the difference. If we just met at the bar and we're talking about him, you tell me real quick whatever you actually thought.
Dude with a messed up face.
Yeah. God, her grill's gone to hell.
Exactly.
You know, whatever it might be.
Guy, remember that dude who's dumb as a rock?
Yeah.
That's how you identify people.
All right, Tom, here is your question. Who won Super Bowl IV?
Oh, man. That was right after the Jets.
Correct.
Was it the Kansas City Chiefs?
One and done. Wow,
One and
Tom.
done. All right,
Nice
Tom.
job.
Hang up.
What was that, 71, 72?
72 or 73, I guess.
Okay.
All right, Tom, before we let you go, true or false, electric eels are not eels?
True.
Okay, what are they?
They are knife fish.
Knife fish.
So do knife fish look the same as an eel?
I don't know. I just know that it's not actually an eel. It's a knife fish, but it might be one of those deals that call it an electric eel because it looks more like an eel than a knife fish, so I'm not sure.
More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated power-fold third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln Splitgate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class's large traditional premium utility.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
No one likes having to choose. That's why with America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson hybrid with America's best warranty. Or the stylish yet capable Santa Fe hybrid with power to navigate the toughest terrain. It's like having your cake and eating it too. You know, if you could drive a cake. Hybrids from Hyundai. It's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit Condor.com today and book your next adventure.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinky's?
Yes, darling. Pinky's Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkysplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel.
Plumbing backs up and things get stinky. Call Pinky's.
Look around. Every car you see is probably on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars. As for flying cars, well, we're ready when they are. If you see a car you like, find it on AutoTrader. That's our kind of thing. AutoTrader.
Don't fight insurance companies' loan. Insurance companies have their claims adjusters and their lawyers trained to tell you no and to give you less. At Palace Law, our trained staff and team of trial lawyers turn no into yes and less into more. For 30 years, our only duty is to hold insurance companies accountable and to get you every last dollar you're entitled. Fighting for the injured on the job and off the job for 30 years. PalaceLaw.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big W 206-803 Rock. Steve, who is our next contestant ready to play the big game?
Hello, Nate. Welcome to the Men's Room. Hello, Nate.
There he is. Hola. Sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Okay. All right, Nate. Our Men's Room poll. You're going to change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
I'm going to be stone cold and go with that body.
I like the honesty. What would you change about it? Or what would you change first?
Well, it's just the effects of the ravages of time. You know.
Well, we all battle that.
Yeah.
Are you mean the ravages of gravity or time?
Just, you crank out a couple kids and it just ain't the same.
Yeah, I got you, man.
You know? Thanks. I do feel like a huge... horrible human being right now, but
but you had an answer, man, and you're dead honest about it. Nothing wrong with that.
She doesn't listen to the radio.
She would probably say the
But
same
her friends
thing.
do.
She would say the same thing about you, I'm sure.
No, I'm super fit and handsome.
Okay. I'm super smart.
I mean, it's got to be tough for her. This guy's just stayed hot.
Yeah, and she's just gone to hell.
I know.
Hell in a handbasket.
I'm loyal. I'm a good dad. I'll be all right.
So she would say your face.
I got a little bit of a spare tire going on, but I can still suck it in a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I like your honesty, Nate. Yeah, it's refreshing.
Thank you. I try.
Let's have a carb-free week, baby. Me and you.
No,
Why not?
I'm
Let's
done.
just kick the tires on it. Give it a try.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the term vaginoplasty? I just read about it. I don't know if you knew anything about it.
Yeah.
Fish again?
Yeah. No, Nip Tuck wasn't just a show.
It's also a suggestion.
Yeah, I'll have the double bacon cheeseburger. She'll have a salad.
Oh, damn. No, balsamic. Yes. No creamy dressings. One more dagger in the salad.
Can you imagine ordering a salad for the woman you're with and then be like, no creamy dressings?
Oil and vinegar.
Not for long.
Oil and vinegar, all right?
Leave the bacon bits off, too, please.
Please. And the blue cheese. That's right.
Just lettuce, really.
Yeah, I mean, I like sleeping on the couch, so yeah, get her that salad.
She can have a fruit cup.
Nature's candy.
It's nature's candy, baby. All right, Nate. Here's your question. In what town does the movie It's a Wonderful Life take place? Smallville.
Feels like Chicago.
No.
Come on, Ted.
So if he had died, it would have became Pottersburg because of Potter.
But
something Falls.
Bedford Falls.
Bedford Falls.
So it's not a real place.
Zuzu's Pedals.
All right, Nate, your question. The song From a Distance was unfortunately a hit in the early 90s for what singer?
Oh, wow.
Christ, I had to play that song, man.
My mom loved that song.
I know. All moms love that song.
All women love her.
I was on that mom station, man.
Oh, women.
Who do you think likes her more?
She did
let's go,
Nate, she did a Broadway show for about 6 months.
I would say a gay icon.
Oh, for sure.
Barbara Streisand.
Not a bad guess.
Yeah.
Bette Midler.
Oh, that was going to be my second choice.
Yeah, it's one of those two, right? God, I used to have to play that song, man. This woman called. She's just like, honey, we can tell you don't like the song. I'm like, I never said that. She's like, it's in your voice. I'm like, my bad. Like, oh, here's Bette Midler from a distance. Yay. All right. Your question, who killed the outlaw Jesse James? He kind of shares the name with the disgraced Toronto mayor.
I think there was a country song about this. Ford?
Ford is right.
Yeah, we'll give it to you, man. If we can get that much.
Tom Ford?
Bob Ford.
Bob Ford. Is Tom his brother? Who's the Ford that's still alive? They got a Ford.
Canada.
Yeah, they got a Ford
in
in
Canada?
Right?
Okay, Rob Ford was the mayor. And then did his brother
Yeah,
become mayor?
he's got a brother doing
like
something.
that?
His brother's still in government up there.
Okay. Well, they look like twins. I don't know if they were or not, but I mean,
one was sweaty.
One looks the same.
Ford.
Yeah, but the problem is he was a likable dude. He always wore. But then it's like he's smoking crack.
He's like if John Daly were your mayor, but John Daly still just did what he does. If that's kind of who he was.
If that's the worst thing he did, I mean, can we still give him a pass?
I mean, they almost
like look, you get the job done. When you go home, you might smoke a little crack.
I think the issue is this. I think it's one of those things that everyone kind of knew, but once you get busted doing it,
right?
I think there was nothing subtle about this guy. It was like Charlie Sheen.
There was a video,
Charlie Sheen would tell you, "I'm not doing drugs. I'm not." It's like Charlie.
Come on, man.
We all know, right? But we let you do your thing. But then if he had gotten arrested, we go, okay, well now we have to turn our back. But you weren't fooling anybody.
At least, look, I grew up in D.C., so I remember Marion Barry getting busted, right, for smoking crack. But it was also the 80s.
With prostitutes.
Right, well, the bitch set him up, that's what he said. But to the day he died, he was a legend in D.C.
Absolutely.
He held other office and this and that. People loved him. They kind of were like, all right, he got caught smoking some crack. Now, Doug Ford... It's the 2000s. It's not acceptable at all to smoke crack. And he's like in a
So he was born
house.
in the wrong time.
Yeah, he's like in a crack house.
He's a victim of being born at the wrong time.
Yeah, back in the 80s, you smoked crack. And you got in trouble, but it didn't really diminish your status, among people. It's just like, damn, man, stop smoking crack. And that was kind of the end of the conversation. Come on, Marion. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's the whole conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was born at the wrong time.
Richard Pryor's biggest stand-up was after he caught himself on fire smoking crack.
Yeah.
Basically, look,
I thought it was heroin.
He was smoking coke.
Smoking coke, right.
But I mean, that's essentially where you're getting to when you smoke crack.
If he'd lived long enough, he'd have done crack. Come on. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, Justin. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to change one thing about your partner: face, body, brains, or personality.
Gotta go with the body.
Gotta go with the body.
What are you going for first?
What? Oh, let's see here. So she has had. Well, we've had 2 kids, and then you also got eating kid food on top of that. So she's been trying to lose weight. I've been trying to lose weight. So
I was going to say.
Probably due to the body thing.
You have to promise yourself not to eat your kids' food, because I've almost promised you it's probably the worst crap in your cupboard is the stuff for them.
But when you're snacking, Justin, would she say the same thing about you?
Oh, without that and my ugly ass feet.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Start at the bottom and work your way up.
All right, Justin, with the ugly ass feet, here's your question. Which amendment to the Constitution gave lady folk the right to vote?
Oh. 15?
Is that in the 20s?
I don't remember. I think it was the 20s, but it was the 19th Amendment.
Oh, okay. No, I was talking about the 20 the amendment.
The 19th. Oh, the amendment. No.
I didn't know how late it was. All right.
I'm glad you'd have made him wait. Says a lot about you, Miles.
That's right. Yeah. Jesus, God, Justin.
Wow, we see how it's worked out for us since we started letting them vote.
Oh, my God. Look at the state of the country. It's women. All right, here's your question. It's multiple choice. What disease is also known as hydrophobia? Is it rabies, Lyme's disease, or measles? Hydrophobia, rabies, Lyme's disease, or measles?
Is that rabies?
It's rabies.
Yes, indeed, man.
Nice job.
Why is it called? Because hydrophobia, in my mind, would be like fear of water.
Your body becomes hydrophobic.
What does that mean if my body's hydrophobic?
I believe it does. It doesn't process the water. I believe.
Really?
I'll look it up.
Well, the problem with both the top two are the fact that you don't even realize you've got it. And then 6 months later, yes, hits the fan.
Well, the difference, rabies is going to hit you faster than that. And I think
you can lay dormant for months. And
rabies can?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was one of those.
And then when it hits you, you go,
there's nothing you can do.
You're way too past the point. Lyme disease is not nearly as fatal, but it's still bad if you.
It's bad.
But you just don't know you have it. A lot of times, it just doesn't. They don't diagnose it.
That's terrifying. Or remember the guy who I think we brought it up yesterday? Yeah. His kid was attacked by a lemur at the petting zoo. They're not sure if it scratched him or bit him, and his whole thing is like, check my kid for rabies. And it doesn't matter, and I understand the father's position. It doesn't matter that people say, hey, man, lemurs don't carry rabies. I would still say, cool, check my kid for rabies.
Yeah. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROB.
Anybody gets bit by a lemur, go get tested.
The more you know.
Yeah, we bring that to the table. Education, people.
Lemur update?
No, hydrophobia update. So it says hydrophobia or the fear of water is a classic symptom of rabies, specifically in the furious form of the disease. It's not a true phobia, but rather a painful reaction to attempting to swallow, which is triggered by the rabies virus affecting the brain. This leads to painful spasms in the throat and larynx muscles, making it appear as though the person is afraid of water.
Okay, that's only mildly terrifying.
Yeah.
Hello, Gabe. Welcome to the men's room. Hola.
Hola. Gabe, sober or not sober?
Sober.
Sober Gabe. Okay, Gabe. Okay, our men's room poll. Change one thing about your partner. Will it be face, body, brains, or personality?
I don't have a partner, actually.
Give it X.
No.
Oh, really? So, okay, so what would you change about yourself?
Probably I would do... sorry. Probably my brains.
Brains.
Is that a child?
Yeah, that's my baby brother.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
Wait, how old are you and how old is your baby brother?
I am about 13. He's about 4.
Are you the babysitter?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank God.
Yeah, no. We're just...
Yes, you are. You don't know this yet, but yes, you
will
are.
be.
You will.
Well, yeah.
All right, Gabe, here is your question. Think about this. What North American mammal is also known as the prairie wolf?
The prairie wolf.
Your mom.
Coyote.
Wow. Look at the big brain on Gabe.
One
All right,
down.
Gabe, hang
Nice
on.
job.
Before we let you go, we're going to ask you a true or false question.
Okay.
True or false, the state flower of Maine is a pine cone. True or false?
That sounds wild enough to be true, but I'm going to go with false.
It is true.
What?
Right. Again, it's not. I guess technically it is the flower of a pine tree, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, but
It's also the seed.
the state flower of Maine, the pine cone.
That's so lame.
It really, but it's Maine.
Is there 0 flowers in Maine?
I'm sure.
Oh,
that
they're more Arctic tundra flowers.
Didn't have one of those.
Yeah. Stuff you would see on the mountains up here.
Ooh, the pine cone.
Aren't we cool?
Yeah, like Rainier's got flowers on it.
What's Washington State flower? I know Maryland.
Rhododendron?
Is it?
I know. I used to know West Virginia's.
What is Maryland?
Black-eyed Susan.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Right, it's right there. Pre.
West Virginia's the satellite dish.
Pacific Road.
The Pacific. Oh, rhododendron. All right. Yay, us. Hello, Adam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Adam, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober, Miles.
Good for you, Adam. What are you doing over there, man?
I got me some Red Hook Long Hammer IPAs.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Get it done.
The last time that we drank those, or I myself personally, was that crazy day with Zach Wild.
Oh, man.
That's what he brought in a gym bag.
And it didn't matter if you wanted any more or not. As soon as you were done, he opened another one. And here you go, brother. He would kiss the top, and he was very sweaty. But we just kind of fought through.
If you closed your eyes, Adam, you thought you were in a room with Macho Man Randy Savage.
I don't even know that I would call him sweaty. He was just damp and wet.
Yeah.
It's not sweat, it's just damp.
Adam really was not
the
that far
issue.
from that.
Right? It's like, I don't think he was sweating. It's like, what is on him?
Why are you so wet?
Super nice guy, but yeah, him kissing the bottles before he gave you one was weird.
All right, Adam, change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality.
Well, I'm recently divorced, and I would have to say I would change her brain because she went mentally ill and became crazy.
Jeez.
Like legitimately, or this is you prognosticating?
Her own kids won't talk to her anymore.
Oh, damn.
She is just got like bipolar disorder.
Is there anyone attempting to help her, though?
No, she went through menopause. We went to a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist said she was fine and started accusing me of raping her, trying to murder her. And so eventually, after 3 years, I had to get her divorced.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
you made the right decision. All right, Adam.
Love her to death. Love her to death.
I believe that. But sometimes you can't coexist. Right?
Yep.
All right, here's your question. What musician performed in a downpour during Super Bowl 41 halftime show in 2007?
Can you tell me who was playing in Super Bowl 41?
That's the Bears and the Colts?
Maybe.
I
Can
think.
you give me a year?
2007.
2007. Michael Jackson.
Man, for some reason, that Super Bowl is just blank for me.
It was a boring Super Bowl, but unfortunately, one of the biggest stars on earth was performing, and you and Miles saw this particular artist at
Prince.
a rather small establishment.
Prince,
Yes,
yeah.
it is Prince.
Oh, Prince.
Yeah.
All right.
He probably performed in a downpour and somehow didn't get wet.
He did Purple Rain.
Well, you've seen that famous story. Like a couple days before the Super Bowl, it is in the contract that you have to go talk to reporters.
All right.
But Prince notoriously does not talk to anybody. So you have to do 20 minutes. He came out, brought out his band, and they just did a show for 20 minutes, and he walked off.
You know what? That's even cooler for those reporters.
Yeah.
All right. Here's your question. What part of the body is otology concerned with? What part of the body is otology concerned with?
You guys got some good questions today. Eyes.
Otology.
I'll say the stomach.
The ears. All right. Your next question. What was Van Halen's first and only one number one hit?
Yes.
Is this a clue?
No.
Okay.
Jump.
You got it. Nice job.
Yeah, I just wanted an excuse to play the David Lee Roth drops because
Yes.
this is my favorite. What does that mean? Wow. What does that indicate? I stubbed my toe. I sat on a soldering iron. Like, what does that sound mean?
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Play it again.
All right, let me get back to it.
It's a karate chop.
Now, that's, hold on.
Hiya.
Listen, that
is
means
a slow.
If I did that in a fight, you back up.
that means he's finished.
Oh,
He's got to completion.
Look, turn that off. If you said let's go and I did that, you back up. You'd back up. You'd be like, oh man, this guy knows Kung Fu.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
how about
If I
that?
did that, you would not think I know Kung Fu.
I'm picturing you doing a bunch of weird, what you think is karate.
I'm
Some
jumping up
guy
and
just
down.
punches
I'm
you.
jumping up and down, man. I let out a big scream. Not that one, but.
Oh, yeah.
And then Miles got his ass beat.
Yeah. Can you imagine being at the bar, just thinking like the one we go to, looking out the windows, and there's Miles doing all this crap? I'll be like, hey, bro, come here, you got to watch this.
If I could say that, man, one time, just walked up to you, man. He's like, you want to go, brother?
Oh.
I'd be like, oh.
I don't know.
I think they're great. They're going to bite me. It's not going to be no kung fu.
But you're going to back up. I mean,
Yes.
seriously. Like, what is wrong with this guy? More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803 Rock.
But teacher, when are we ever going to use math in the real world?
With Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on AutoTrader, you don't have to. At least not car math. Hit the road with confidence knowing exactly what you're going to pay each month for your car. AutoTrader.
Don't fight insurance companies alone. Insurance companies have their claims adjusters and their lawyers trained to tell you no and to give you less. At Palace Law, our trained staff and team of trial lawyers turn no into yes and less into more. For 30 years, our only duty is to hold insurance companies accountable and to get you every last dollar you're entitled. Fighting for the injured on the job and off the job for 30 years. PalaceLaw.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
No one likes having to choose. That's why with America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson hybrid with America's best warranty. Or the stylish yet capable Santa Fe hybrid with power to navigate the toughest terrain. It's like having your cake and eating it too. You know, if you could drive a cake. Hybrids from Hyundai. It's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
No matter why your clients give, a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360 makes charitable giving simple and efficient. They can get a tax deduction upon funding an account, and their assets can potentially grow tax-free as they recommend when and where to give. DAF Giving 360 has over 25 years of expertise bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Head Chef fires up the grill until 4:30. The best cities for barbecue. On the way with Ted's Meat and Potatoes. In the meantime, the game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Julie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola. Julie, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
Okay.
Are we drinking the Bud Light?
You know it.
Julie, how's your hand doing?
It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a slow process of healing. I have 4 fractures in my pinky and 1 fracture in my ring finger.
Yeah, and you have a job that uses your hand.
I could not believe that you sent us a picture of your injured hand. I was like, all right.
Because, Ted had to start the big hand thing.
Just saying.
It was pretty swollen, so now I have one hand that's so kind of big. Yeah.
You put it into the ether.
One kind of big hand,
Julie.
Julie.
One comment. I mean, I think other people in this room really ran with the big hands, but, whatever.
Well, yeah, I know. But you started it. Ted,
All right.
So,
Yeah, I know. I feel like every time I see you with a boyfriend, I'm like, is this guy going to punch me?
But he has smaller hands.
He does have something to talk to you about.
Yes, he does, because you're going to change one thing about him on our poll, Julie. Face, body, brains, or personality?
I'm going to say brains.
Brains. Jesus.
Yeah, just to change some thought processes.
Okay. All right.
I love that you didn't even hesitate. At least everyone else tries to act like they don't already have an answer. Well, you just straight out of the chute,
So
the brain.
you're saying he doesn't understand you?
Oh, no, it's nothing like that.
Okay.
It's other things.
Just his brains in
change the
general.
Thought process of things.
Well, let's see how you do on Big Dummy.
Okay.
All right, here's your question. What cartoon duo's last names are Hoke and J-Cat? Hoke and J-Cat.
Hoke.
Cartoon duo.
This can't be from my era, so it's got to be something new. I don't know. Paw Patrol? I don't know.
Oh, God.
Jeez, a butthead?
Do not bring up Paw Patrol. Like, seriously, just you saying that, I just had like a weird visceral reaction. Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my son will be very upset I missed that question.
Ren, Hoke, and Stimpy J-Cat.
Did not know they had last names.
I did not either until I saw that question.
Matthew would have known that.
All right, your question. Multiple choice. Odontalgia is a medical name for what? Hiccups, bloody nose, Charlie horse, or toothache? Odontalgia.
Odontalgia. Charlie horse?
I'll say hiccups.
Toothache. Is anyone named their horse Charlie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would. If I had a horse, I'd be like, I named him Charlie. I'm not trying to get creative, man. It's Charlie horse.
Rocking.
Rocking.
Rocking horse.
All right. Your question, including the end zones. How long is an NFL field, including the end zones?
You can give it to us in hands.
Ted, you're so fucking.
You got this. You got this.
Two football field. I know it. Two. I don't know.
All right. So you know the length of a. What is the?
120. I don't know. 120.
Yeah. 120.
That's it. You got it.
120. Yeah.
Because end zones are 10 yards deep, 100-yard field.
That's it.
What year did they start moving the goalposts to the back of the end zone? Because you'll see clips.
73, maybe?
It was that late?
Well, I mean, you got to think, Canadian football still has them there, and they have 140 yards.
Their end zones are massive.
Their end zones are, what, 20 yards
so it's
deep, I think,
it's
on a 110
on
field?
them. That's why you get a punter from the Canadian League, man. You're like, all right.
No kidding.
This guy can jack it, man.
And kid.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
John Ryan.
Hola.
Chris, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
Sober, Chris.
1974, they moved those goalposts back.
That late. That's crazy.
All right, Chris, change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Well, since my partner is my right hand, I would change the body.
Your body. Okay.
Okay. All right, Chris. Here is your question. In the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, what vitamin did the actors snort in place of cocaine? Or so they told the director.
Oh. Vitamin B?
Which letter?
B.
As in boy?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, hold on. So you're saying that in the movie,
in the scenes that they're doing coke.
Oh, so they're not. Okay, I did not know if you meant that they were just snorting vitamins in the movie.
No. So in the scenes that the characters are snorting cocaine, they were snorting vitamin B, which is exactly what I would tell the director.
Okay.
All right, we got a 50-50 question for you. Which is larger, Iceland or Great Britain, geographically speaking?
Iceland.
Great Britain. Yeah. By the hair of its chinny chin chin. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, boys.
Hola. Justin, sober or not sober?
I'm on beer number 2.
Beer number 2. All right, he's getting there.
All right. You're halfway. Okay, Justin, change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Personality.
Personality. Okay.
What's wrong with her personality?
I don't need to be in trouble all the time.
Okay. All right. I feel you. All right, Justin, here's your question.
Just happens.
The Orient Express is a train route between two cities, Istanbul, Turkey, and what European city?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to go just shot in the dark, Paris.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Wow. And
damn, man.
Great job.
I did not know that.
Me neither until this morning. All right, here's your question. True or false, 5% of people have a gene that prevents their armpits from sweating.
Oh, that's got to be true.
Believe it or not, only 2% of people. 2%
but it does
of people.
exist.
It does exist, yeah.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 round.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Franklin. Welcome to the men's room.
How's it going, boys?
Hola.
Franklin, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober. I'm driving on my way home from work.
Okay. All right. All right, Franklin, change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Man, you guys are trying to get people in trouble.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Question, but I'm going to go brains.
Brains. Okay.
Okay. Well, based on that, she's too stupid to know you're insulting her. It's all good. Mm-hmm. All right, Franklin.
Can you go the other way?
What do you mean?
What if you date somebody just smarter than you are? Like, can I have her be dumber?
Yes.
Yeah, you could do
Yes.
that. Like, I want to change your brain. Too damn smart.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm shooting for.
Right.
Yeah.
Good recovery,
Yeah.
Franklin.
She's
All
too
right.
smart. Tired of feeling
She's
dumb.
too smart, yeah. That's why she's right all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I have to listen to her break down thermoeconomics one more time,
I mean, it just drives me crazy.
it's insane.
It's microeconomic headwinds, Ted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Macro.
Honey, can we go shopping? Jesus.
No, we can't. The wind.
All right, Franklin. Here's your question. In what state are 2/3 of all Fortune 500 companies headquartered?
Oh. We'll go, man, Texas for one of them. And, Maine?
I mean, you only get one guess. I mean,
Hold on.
No, it's Delaware.
It is Delaware.
Delaware.
Yeah, Delaware.
Oh, okay.
Can you
I
guess
was like,
why?
Taxes.
No taxes. Yeah.
Delaware's
Same-
like,
same-
we offer you nothing except no taxes.
Same with retirement.
Yeah.
The retirement's unbelievable. I mean, that's why people retire there. Like, a lot.
There's no other
It's a
reason why
tiny
you retire
little
there.
place, but there's a ton of people there.
That's what I'm saying. They had to do something. Otherwise, like
and
Delaware.
you live, right, and like everybody knows Philadelphia, but I mean, like, Delaware's right there. Jersey's right there. So
Correct.
it's like, besides like Pennsylvania people, like there's if you live in that part of Delaware, you basically live in Philly.
Yeah.
You do.
I was going to say,
to me-
Delaware gets a bad rap, as far as I'm concerned.
Delaware has beaches. Other than that, it sucks.
Yeah, there's
nothing there.
It's not a terrible place, but to Ted's point, there are the beaches.
Most of what I know are the beaches.
I know, but Delaware gets in the way of the beaches.
Well, there's Dover, there's Wilmington, there's gambling, there's outlets if you're into that kind of thing.
Sure.
Tax-free shopping.
Gotta go to the outlet.
That's right.
We did.
Yep.
Trust me. All right. Let's
go to the Big Dog store.
Big Dog. Which one's Big Dog? Is that the golf one?
No, they used to just have there was like this clothing brand. It was like, not the lead dog. Don't get off the porch.
We went to.
Is that Big Dog brand? Yeah, I love Big Dog. I used to rock the hell out of some Big Dog stuff.
Big Dog. You know what? We're going to Delaware again this summer. If I find Big Dog merch, I will grab some for you.
Yeah. You're the best. I love Big Dog.
My mom got it for me every year for Christmas.
All right, here's your question. What author is credited with writing the first detective story, The Murders in the Rue Morgue?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Got it.
Nice job. Popo. The Popo.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803 round.
Hello, Henry. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Henry Fonda. Henry, are you sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, Henry, welcome to Big Dummy.
Oh, here you go, Thrill. Remember when I asked you for your opinion? Yeah, me neither. Big Dog.
Damn. All right.
Okay, Henry, you're going to change one thing about your partner. Will it be their face, body, brains, or personality?
Brains.
Brains. What would they say about you, Henry?
Probably body. I don't know.
Okay. Yep. You know.
If you're saying probably body, it's your body. All right. Here is your question, Henry. After the Battle of Saratoga, what country joined the United States in the U.S. Revolution?
France.
One and done.
France in your underpants. All right, before we let you go, a true or false question for you. The letter A is the most common letter used in the English language. True or false?
I'll go false. Probably E or something.
It is, in fact, E.
Man, you know your stuff, Henry. Nice job.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Tony, are you on team sober or team not sober?
Team not sober.
What do you get into there, Tony?
Just finished some gardening and having a men's room lager.
Boy, what a delicious beer. The 20th anniversary lager. Available now from Black Raven. All right, Tony, change one thing about your partner. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Ouch. Still with arthritis in the knees. How about body?
Body. Okay.
There's a reason.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Tony. Here is your question. In what city was Billy Clanton killed?
Oh. Oh. Got to be Tombstone. It was on my birthday.
Yep.
One and done.
Wait a minute.
Man, oh, man.
What's on your birthday?
OK, Shootout the OK Corral was in October.
Huh.
1871.
All right.
I'll be damned. All right, I'm glad you got that one then.
Hell yeah.
All right, before we let you go, 50-50 question for you here. In the English language, true or false, no word rhymes with purple. We always hear about orange. How about purple?
Nurple?
What's
I'll
that?
say false.
Nurple.
Well, if not, it's true. No word rhymes with purple. And everyone's going to go through the head. Now, slurple? No.
Eminem could do it.
Yes, he did the thing with orange, right?
Purple.
Is it just colors that we refuse to rhyme with? Nothing can rhyme with
You're
orange.
right.
Nothing can rhyme with purple.
Yeah. Well, I do the rhyme every day, and I cannot. There are certain words.
If you were to get a purple,
you cannot end a line on.
Where do you think you would? Where do you think? What's the closest you think you'd get if purple has to be one of the lines in your rhyme there?
Oh God, I don't know.
Like
I have to think about that one.
Purple?
I don't know.
You got to go purple, nurple.
When it came to his body, she gurgled.
Yeah.
Out here sounding like Urkel, rhyming with the color purple.
All right, Ted. There you go.
Urkel.
Yeah.
Urkel.
What did you say? Purple?
Gurgle.
Gurgle, yeah. Hey, girl.
Why don't you gurgle these?
Exactly.
You ever gurgle a gilly? I don't know what it is either. Just try your best.
Ooh.
I'll scream my safe word if I don't like it.
It's a quaint thing to do.
Gurgle my gilly. Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Andrew, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, double fisting some coffee.
Okay. All right. Why do you need to stay up so bad?
I have really bad sleep apnea.
You're just trying to stay up even longer?
No, I just tried to stay awake in general.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, you're going to change one thing about your partner, Andrew. Face, body, brains, or personality?
Body.
Body.
Okay.
Where are you starting with on the body?
She's got a bad back.
Got a bad what?
I see. So you're
God, everybody's taking the safe route.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, bad back. Right.
Got no
Scoliosis.
butt. No butt, huh? I got you.
Yeah, bad back. She got no ass. All right, Andrew. Yeah, we see where you're coming from. All right, here's your question. Oh, boy. Acetylsalicylic acid is the name for what common medication? Please do not make me say that again. Acetylsalicylic.
Acetylsalicylic acid?
Whatever you said.
Tylenol, but that's acetaminophen, actually. So no. Common medication. Cough syrup. I don't know.
You were super close with the Tylenol. In this case, aspirin.
Just aspirin.
Yeah, it was aspirin. Good brain on you, though, man.
Are they both aspirins? Acetaminophen and acetylsalicylic acids?
No.
I would guess they're not, just based on the fact that their technical name is different.
Okay.
Both painkillers, I suppose.
Because we used to call Tylenol aspirin when I was a kid.
We did too. Aspirin was a generic term for anything you took
That your
because you had a
parents had.
headache.
That's
Right. And then the commercials started coming on, saying, like, Bayer is aspirin, right?
Right.
And then Tylenol's acetaminophen. If I get this right? Right.
Then ibuprofen came along and changed the game.
That's the winner.
What's ibuprofen? What's
That's Advil.
Advil.
Oh, the Advil. Okay. Because I'm a bigger aspirin guy. As far as if I have a headache, aspirin works. If I have a body ache, then it's ibuprofen.
Okay.
I love being old.
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
But you always take acetaminophen.
That's because that's what's available.
But that's not aspirin.
No. That's why I have a headache.
Stack Tylenol and ibuprofen as well.
What's that?
You can stack ibuprofen and Tylenol. You can take them at the same time because they're different medications.
Huh. Okay.
Just can't drink on it.
Yeah. Just wash it down with
Yeah,
Windex.
but you could double down on some painkillers if you're really sore.
Okay. If it's that bad, good to know. All right. Here's your question. What C word is the technical term for earwax? Not Brenda down the hall, but earwax.
But I know this is wrong, but carnauba wax?
Canal juice.
Candle wax.
Canal juice. Ah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Suramin.
Okay.
Can you pass a Q-tip? I've got some serum buildup.
Sprinkle it on my
Got a
coffee.
little canal juice.
Can
Get a
you
Q-tip.
jam my canal juice, please? All right, your question. A clear nail polish that goes on top of a colored polish is called a what?
Lacquer?
You did what to her?
Instead of
That clear coat?
top coat.
Top coat.
Top coat.
I was thinking cars. my
Isn't
bad.
lacquer a top coat?
It can be a top coat.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff. I hear about it often and retain none of it.
And lacquer thinner is very flammable.
Yes, it is, but all right. Andrew, your question. Which one of these 7 dwarfs does not have a beard?
There's only one.
Dopey.
That's one.
Who?
Dopey.
Oh, I thought you said guilty. Like, damn, bro. Which of the 7 dwarfs is that guy? This is Doc, happy, bashful, guilty.
He's just constantly in court.
Yeah, damn.
Is she still asleep? Like, God damn it, guilty, get out of here.
Guilty, no.
Guilty makes everything weird.
Game is Big Dummy. 206-803 round.
Guilty's not allowed within 500 feet of schools. Who ate my lunch out of the fridge? Guilty?
Guilty the dwarf.
Guilty.
Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome to the men's room.
I'm all right.
Hi, hello.
Hola.
Cheyenne, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
Yeah,
Not
more
sober.
than one, Ted.
Okay.
I just expected it to be Cheyenne that calls in all the time. It's a Lady Cheyenne.
Lady Cheyenne.
All right, Lady Cheyenne.
Lady Cheyenne.
Change one thing about your partner. Will it be face, body, brains, or personality?
Body.
Body.
Damn, that was quick. What are you changing there, Cheyenne?
His fat ass.
Well, so when I met him, he was pretty thin,
Uh-oh.
very cut, and he's hanging on to that. He really wants to, like, to work out a little bit.
Hang on. Watch the F-bomb.
Once again,
I thought she
Metro
said
Colors,
stuck.
here are the 7 words you
Did
can't
she?
say on the radio.
I don't know.
I heard effing with.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dad
Sucker,
bod.
mother, and
I dumped
please
it.
keep those words in mind when calling. Now back to the program.
You have very strong feelings about the Cheyenne. We understand.
I do. I'm sorry. I forgot you. This is my first time calling in. I forgot you can't swear on the radio.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's
but
okay.
we have some insight into how you feel about that body.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it's good for him if she's effing with it.
Yeah, that's true.
She gets down with it.
Yeah. More cushion for the pushing, you know?
Atta girl.
He is so happy to hear that right now.
Yeah.
He just took down another pint of ice cream.
Right.
Now, cool.
It's a lucky man right there. Well done.
All right, Cheyenne, here's your question. Who was elected as the leader of the boys at the beginning of the book, Lord of the Flies?
Leader of the boys.
Oh, my God. I didn't read that book.
No one in my class wanted to until we found out what it was about, and that's one of the few books we all read.
Pretty sure it's Butcher.
Ralph?
You got to be kidding.
Wow.
How have you not read the book, and then you won and done our ass like that? All right, look, before we let you go, you just guess.
Sorry.
All right, here you go. True or false question. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland.
I want to say yes.
Damn right it is.
Yes, indeed.
Very good. There you go. Head Chef's cut up Ted's Meat and Potatoes, the best cities for barbecue. That's coming up at 4:30. And we'll get your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
Whether you're injured on the job or off the job, Patrick Palace of PalaceLaw.com knows it's critical to have the best legal representation.
If you don't have an attorney and an insurance company makes you an offer, your case is worth more. I guarantee it. Insurance companies, this is their playbook. Make the offers quickly. They're simply taking advantage of people who need money or who don't know any better. At Palace Law, our job is to hold insurance companies accountable and to make sure that they do the right thing.
Contact PalaceLaw.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the reliable and efficient Tucson Hybrid with America's best warranty. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
No matter why your clients give, a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360 makes charitable giving simple and efficient. They can get a tax deduction upon funding an account, and their assets can potentially grow tax-free as they recommend when and where to give. DAF Giving 360 has over 25 years of expertise bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
What's on your list when considering a luxury SUV? Inspired design and comfort, impressive performance. If so, the 2025 Lincoln Aviator SUV checks every box, and then some. The Aviator offers an available 28-speaker sound system, perfect position front seats, best-in-class horsepower and torque, and much more. That makes the list of SUVs you're considering become much shorter. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Classes large crossover premium utility starting at MSRP under $150,000.
When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated power-fold third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln split gate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class is large traditional premium utility.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that, I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kind of are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Talking a little barbecue coming up with a head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes at 4:30. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
International, Mike.
And birthday's brought to you by San Juan Salsa Company's Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa.
Dip responsibly.
Birthdays, away we go. Birthday wish, guys. Please wish my granddaughter, Kalia, happy first trip around the sun. How about a little kid fish sandwich? Oh, look out. A Wendy Williams burp fart. And have Mickey Ted tell her about how awesome her parents are and all the fun that she has to look forward to growing up. Thank you, Men's Room. You rock, from JC and the fam.
Fish challenge.
Uh-oh, look out.
Oh, how old was he?
One.
Oh, wow. Your parents are great people. They're so great. The Mick's got a surprise for you. Tomorrow morning, you go to Disney World. Eat all the ice cream you want.
Won't be able to remember a thing the kids won.
You never know.
Well, just do the most important thing everybody does on their first birthday and put that cake in your hair.
Saw it again last week. They can't help themselves.
They can't.
Cake in the hair.
Oh.
I will wear it like a hat.
How old
Is
was
it
the
that
kid?
they put it in their hair or that they miss their mouth? Because every kid does it. Like, are you putting this in your hair on purpose, or you just miss your mouth, man?
Still getting motor skills.
Because anything else, if they pick up anything else on earth, they put it in their mouth. They pick up cake, and it's the top of their head. Jesus.
Correct. But he was loving the Buddha Brother stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All the guys, today's my son Ian's 10th birthday. Amazing little dude. It's been amazing watching him this year. Can I please get Coach Ted giving him a pep talk about his recital tomorrow? He is dancing to Run DMC Aerosmith's Walk This Way.
Nice.
And he started hip-hop back in the fall. And although sometimes he does have two left feet, he's grown so much. Happy birthday, my little rocker. That from the mom, Jesselyn.
All right. You're 10 years old, so you probably haven't seen this movie. So, Mom, I need a little help here. In effort to get prepared, you want to rent a movie called Napoleon Dynamite, all right? Now, when you watch this man dance on stage, you will know you have to have the saying integrity, self-esteem. Go out there and kick the crap out of that dance.
But don't dance like him.
Don't dance
go
like
out
him.
with that same
have
confidence.
that confidence.
Right. But not the moves.
You probably are a much better dancer than
He
Napoleon.
had the moves when he got there.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, man, he broke it down.
I mean, he did break it down, just not well.
He did what I expected him to do.
Yes, I will give you that.
All right.
Well, for Miles, Mike, and I, for our people, yeah, he broke it down.
He crushed it. Oh, my God. That boy can dance. Guys, my boyfriend John will be celebrating his 26th birthday today. We absolutely love listening to you guys. Hoping maybe he could get a birthday shout-out. Dirty Germans, a good old fish sandwich. He loves the McDonald's fish fillet. And Coach Ted giving him advice about life in your late 20s. Thank you so much for everything you guys do, and keep on rocking. That from Cassandra.
I'll have a
From
fish sandwich.
Spanaway.
Yeah, if you like fish sandwiches so much for your birthday, you need to visit Rhonda McDonald.
Yeah, why don't you put them in your mouth if you love the fish sandwich so much? A little tartar sauce on your cheek. I'll tell you what, late 20s, that's when people really get into fish fillet years. You know, when you're a teenager or whatever, you think it's gross, you think it's what old men eat. No, now you're in your late 20s. You drive up to that McDonald's, you want, I'll take a double fish fillet. I'm a goddamn grown man.
They'll say, okay, boomer.
I will say, a few weeks ago, my mom called me and my sister, like, on FaceTime, and they were like, are you eating a fish sandwich? Like, yeah, I was just in the mood, ran out and got one.
They were shocked by the...
Yeah, well...
Could you do a double fish fillet Big Mac style?
Ooh, yes.
Is that possible?
I'm sure it's
You know
possible.
what, Montgomery? I bet you could.
I think you got to walk up and order it. You can't do it on the app.
Well, no, but I think you could walk it up and order it.
Yeah. I mean, they got to do it,
You got me
right?
excited there for a second. I was like, hell yeah, I'd knock that down.
Well, it's going to get the
But
cheese.
just ask. Just if you physically walk in and ask, they'll hook you up.
Can I do a fish fillet Big Mac style?
I want special sauce, lettuce, cheese,
Yeah.
pickles, onions.
So basically, you're replacing the patties of the Big Mac with the fish fillet. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go in there and go, hey, fella, that's what I need from you, all right? A Big Mac. Sub the beef patties, put in fish fillets.
You can make that happen. There's an extra George Washington in it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
And then you
paying
give them a
cash.
quarter.
Yeah, right. Gentlemen, I want to wish my
I'll
sister
just throw
Savannah.
in a sweet sour sauce for yourself.
Gentlemen, I want to wish my sister Savannah a happy 39th trip around the Great Ball of Fire in the Sky. Could she get some shotgun gets from Thrill? Mike's bitter baby batter as Ringo.
God.
Some advice from Coke Ted on how to forget she's about to turn 40 next year. And if you have time, some dad jokes from Miles. Thanks again and for all you do in Larpon, fellas. That from Alex.
Get.
Have I told you the story of Betty Butter? She bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it would make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in a bit of batter, made a bit of better. So it is better. Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter.
That is so hard to do with Ringo.
I
know, I can't do it right. Like, I kept contorting. It doesn't work.
All right, turn to 40. You don't want to think about factor 40. Trust me, I'm all cooked out. I don't want to think about your 40, Savannah. But here's the deal. Go out tonight with my recommendation. You know what's going to be. Do too much drugs, blackout drunk. You won't remember a damn thing. Let's go.
All right, dad joke. Here you go.
Should say never take real advice from Coke Ted. Just want to put that out there.
The more you know.
Disclaimer.
Dad jokes. A photon walks up to an airline counter and the clerk says, any baggage to check? The photon says, no, I'm traveling light.
Nice.
All right.
Very smart joke.
Do not eat aluminum.
Why not?
Or you'll sheet metal.
Borderline Montgomery.
You guys know this, but my brother has spent actually his whole career practicing law.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
I keep wondering when he's going to do it for real. Got a few more. Might as well get rid of them all, right? My wife, by the way, says I ruined her freaking birthday.
Oh, no.
It's impossible to even remember her birthday. My mom asked her son, John, am I a bad mother? He says, my name's Doug. What pronouns, guys, do candy bars use? What pronouns do candy bars use?
Hershey.
Hershey.
Well done.
How do pirates have sex?
In the sea.
They peg.
You're walking a line.
I'm sorry and I apologize. Mean the same thing, except at a funeral. And one more. Guys, I just started growing lettuce. And believe it or not, after watering for weeks, the first one is finally starting to come up from the soil.
Oh, yeah?
But that is just the tip of the iceberg. Lettuce
That's
joke.
a good one. That's a lettuce joke.
It's a lettuce joke. All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated power-fold third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln split gate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class's large traditional premium utility.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that, I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kinda are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed. Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Ever watch your pet sleep and wonder what they're dreaming about? Maybe it's them chasing a ball on a grassy field next to your new duplex, or catching the Frisbee in front of your single-family home. Or perhaps they're zooming around the kitchen of your open-concept condo. Whatever their dream setting looks like, you can rest assured that you'll find the most pet-friendly rental listings on Apartments.com. The place to find a pet-friendly place.
To open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. We get into summertime and stuff. It means a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But for a lot of people, it also means barbecue.
Yes, it does.
Damn right.
Which is kind of weird because it's such a heavy food, but yet you eat it when it's hot out.
Maybe because of the cooking process. So the people that make the barbecue, like, I'm not standing out in the rain. I don't want to be out in the cold. I want to go out like spring, summer, drink a light beer, and stand there for 8 hours while I smoke my meat.
Well, I also think it's easier to keep your temperature in the winter if you're actually smoking.
Right.
But that's different than barbecuing and grilling. To me, grilling is a very summertime thing. Hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken
Correct.
breasts, all those things.
I'll go blue in the face saying this, okay? Barbecue is low and slow.
Correct.
Grilling's hot and fast.
Damn right.
Right? And I guess you could smoke a hot dog, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can definitely smoke a sausage. We've had them. They're freaking fantastic at Ollie's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything with you add smoke flavor. But I will say it is weird sometimes. Somebody will bring in a dish, and I don't know how to explain it. It's like, did you put liquid smoke in this? And they're like, how'd you know? And it's like, you could just tell.
It's a little overpowering because it takes so little for that liquid smoke to add the flavor, but no matter what, you always put too much. And there's that chemical taste to it.
Yeah. And barbecue has come a long way, right? It used to just be salt and pepper on your brisket. Now people are injecting stuff.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's wild out there. So basically, this list is the Yelp has ranked the top 10 barbecue cities in the U.S. of A. A lot of these have different styles of barbecue going with them. But number one on the list, Nashville.
I wondered if it was Nashville.
Did you eat any barbecue, Mike, in Nashville?
No, I ate the Nashville hot chicken, but I didn't find any barbecue spots where I was at.
How hot was it?
Dude, Nashville hot does not mess around.
All right.
As far as like American hots, that's probably one of our best.
Is that our version of Asia hot? As far as spices go?
I think so. Like if you get Nashville hot, it's going to hurt.
About as hot as we do domestic.
I think it's too much.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a fried chicken sandwich.
I'm with you.
And then put a little hot sauce on top.
The chicken was fantastic, by the way. afterwards, I wanted to make sure that I got the Nashville hot because I'm in Nashville. Let's do this thing. And I also was like, okay, let's also get the chicken. But the biggest problem with the Nashville hot was not only did it hurt in the moment, which it does, it also hurts in the other moment.
Right.
Correct. And that's the worst.
Well, my rule is don't sauce breaded things.
Yeah, I would agree.
So that's the only thing that I don't like. Even if it was barbecue sauce, it soggies up the crispiness of the breading.
Yeah, but I don't mind that. Sometimes I'll get a boneless wing. I know it's a nugget.
Like if it's spicy based on the dry spice, okay, I'm in. But
yeah. Well, and it's funny because obviously Carolina-style barbecue and Texas are the two big names.
Right.
But anywhere, and Miles can attest, when you get into Tennessee, Kentucky, I mean, some of the most famous barbecue spots that are ranked high across the world are in those areas.
Absolutely.
Next on the list, again, staying pretty specific.
Kansas City.
Durham, North Carolina.
Durham, North Carolina.
Okay.
All right.
Kansas City will get there.
We're going to hit all the big ones there, but.
Yeah. Durham, I'm not positive. I assume that's just Carolina-style, vinegar-based. I know somewhere when you get closer up in the mountains, they start putting some different sauces on there, but generally vinegar-based.
Yeah.
And, like I said, nowadays it's different. When I go back to the East Coast, I'm shocked that the barbecue places there have brisket, but, I think I was in my 20s before I ever had brisket.
The only reason I had brisket was Texas.
Yeah.
Well, also,
I loved it, but you're right. East Coast, I never got it until more recently.
So if they were to say, wait, not Seattle, but the best barbecue in Washington State is in Queen Anne. You're like, well, that's Seattle. Raleigh-Durham. Durham is right there. I mean, it is.
But it's its own thing.
It is.
It is. I mean, that's the thing.
There's a line on it. What I mean is, they just butt up against each other. So if you're in that area, you're good to go.
I did have some Carolina barbecue earlier this year. I went to Greensboro.
What did you think?
Dude, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I think I got a brisket sandwich, and my God.
I'm surprised they did brisket.
Yeah.
Typically, it's just pork.
Correct.
Maybe it wasn't
and I don't know why. Most barbecue, I want to eat the meat and then taste the sauce.
Sure. Yeah.
But I feel like with pulled pork, it's okay if it's already sauced.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 8 on the list of best cities for barbecue.
You believe it?
Okay.
I'm assuming that's Texas style.
Correct. I would think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and what we think of Texas style is specifically Central Texas style.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what got really popular. That's when you'd have all the Franklins and that kind of stuff and Austin and all that kind of stuff. Because Lockhart, Texas, which is about an hour south of Austin, is technically what gets credit for inventing that style.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had nothing else going on.
Do you consider chili?
I have been there.
Do you consider chili part of the barbecue process, or is it just a food that's there in Texas that you eat with barbecue?
To me, it's just a food that's there.
Okay. It's a food that's there, and generally it's kind of like scraps of your brisket and whatnot.
Right. Yeah, that's the difference in their chili. They take the scraps of all the stuff they've been barbecuing, throw it in there.
But they don't do baked beans. They just basically do the chili. Without beans, but that's the small side.
The fact that it includes the bits of the barbecue that you've actually made, I kind of lean with Miles there that it's part of the barbecue plate. The fact that you're putting whatever meat that you smoked or you barbecued in there.
I completely disagree.
Okay,
my plate should not have chili on it. If I want to go, and some places have really good chili,
right?
And I'll go get a bowl of chili. But outside of that, I just want meat and sides.
Well, you just stay over on your table then.
All right, a meat and 2 veg. You know me.
2 veg? Sorry, man.
Yeah.
I love doing that to people.
Like corn and greens, or greens and
if corn counts as a veg, sure. The idea of 2.
Hey, listen, it's a barbecue joint, man. Cream corn counts as veg.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
just throwing wild things out here, Ted.
Next on the list, Honolulu. This is obviously going to be more Korean or Hawaiian style barbecue.
Okay.
Do you guys ever use that? I think it's Hawaiian. It's I want to call it Japanese something barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
it's thinner.
Mm-hmm.
I have a reddish.
There's 3 different. Yes. There's 3 different kinds. I got. Now they're awesome. It almost tastes like a little bit of a soy base.
Is that what they're doing at Buddha Brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that spam musubi, I just think you could have that any time of day.
Yeah, my son loves the spam musubi.
All right, attaboy.
Greenville, South Carolina shows up on there.
Makes sense.
Now, next on the list is Charleston. I have been to Charleston. I have had barbecue in Charleston. That was the infamous, I can't think of the name of it, but the guy that was super racist, but he had really good barbecue. That was also the first time I ever had the mustard based. So down there in Charleston, there was a big influx of Germans. So that's why they took the mustard and kind of the vinegar sauce. And were like, oh, we're going to have a yellow sauce.
Okay.
Or they call it gold.
Mm-hmm. They used to use dry mustard as a part of the rub. So like a Coleman's.
Yeah.
That goes into the rub before goes into the sauce too.
And people know this now, but my buddy Sal was the first person I ever seen do this about using mustard as a binder, to put the spices on there and stuff. There's other stuff you could use, but mustard's a pretty popular one.
It basically, the taste evaporates.
Yeah.
So you don't taste the mustard.
Charleston also, what's his name? Rodney Scott. He's a very famous barbecuer. He's famous because he does whole hog. And he's got 2 restaurants. His restaurants are actually in Charleston.
And that's back to Honolulu, too. Doing a whole pig.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is that beef brisket is great. And all credit to Texas. I like beef ribs. But there's just not much on a pig that's not delicious. Right. You know what I mean?
Ham's probably the worst. And I like ham.
I'm with you.
I'm just like,
it's
if
the least
you gave
exciting.
me all the stuff and I'd start picking everything, ham would be at the bottom.
Pork chops down there, too.
No, I'd take a pork chop way ahead of ham.
Dude, they're too easy to dry out.
You know, a lot of people say that about pork chops, but, this brings us to a good point. If you're barbecuing, you're cooking pork chops, if you really want to know the difference in a kitchen, it's just buy a meat thermometer.
Right.
And it makes all the difference in the world. I was shocked. I was like, oh, chicken doesn't have to be dry.
And the cut. Like, Ted will say, if you're going to make a hamburger, 80-20. With a pork chop, it's got to be at least over 3/4 of an inch. So you would never buy a steak that thin, but they cut pork chops that thin.
Right.
So that's why they dry out. But if you get a real good one like you get at a steakhouse, it's actually medium rare. Well, not medium rare, medium, I guess.
Yeah.
But medium.
Right now, we're at Charleston. We're getting up to the heavy hitters of the list. Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis barbecue.
Memphis, to me, is super famous for ribs, and they already sauce them.
Yeah, they do.
And right. It's just Memphis that's their thing. It's like we do ribs and they're sauced.
And they wet.
Kansas City, Missouri is number 3.
There we go.
The best line I ever heard was I was watching a barbecue show years ago, and they're arguing Carolina style versus Texas style. This guy's like, in Kansas City, we do both. I was like, oh, okay. It's like I will talk about. To me, Jack's Barbecue in Seattle has the best brisket. But, if you're talking, you want a mixture of stuff, try Stan's over in Nissaquah. Because his dad was from Kansas City, moved out here years ago.
He's sworn by Stan's.
Mike and I, that used to be a good date night for us.
Hell yeah. Well, and then you go out to Kansas City, they know Stan.
Yeah.
They know the guy.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Also, Mike and I were in there the first time, and the guy behind the bar, I'm like, is Stan here? And he's like, look at I'm Stan.
Look at the photos.
He basically turns around. It's like a wall of him.
Right, there's Chiefs players all over. He's got pictures with. He's like, dude, come on.
We're doing best cities for barbecue. San Antonio makes the list.
Okay.
Not shocking.
San Antonio.
Then number 1, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. There it is.
I mean, look, you'd have to go out of your way to get bad barbecue in Texas.
You would. You'd have to go to a place that specializes in it. Like, oh, we're the worst.
Yeah, it's like I went to New York City and I had bad pizza. It's like, where did you go?
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could fall into good pizza. Sparrow. I was thinking it.
Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. Let's see. Coming up, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day at 5:08. You are listening to The Men's Room.
When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated power-fold third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln Splitgate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class's large traditional premium utility.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that, I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kinda are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed. Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
There's artificial intelligence, then there's apartmental intelligence. Yep, it's a thing. Apartments.com knows how to find the exact place you have in mind. Want a 3-bedroom condo in a walkable downtown? Done. Or that single-family home with a yard in a quiet neighborhood? Easy. With over 1 million rental listings, plus search tools that make moving simple, their apartmental intelligence can get you a place that gets you. Visit Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up here at the 508, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. Police in Rhode Island are cautioning residents to be on the lookout for prairie wolves that have been moving into the area.
Coyotes.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, a little throwback to Big W.
That's right. I had to switch that one up as I'm, going through the headlines I'm not working on for a second. I was like, wait a minute. I remember this.
Yeah, it's prairie wolf.
Honey, stop. I think there's a prairie wolf in the driveway.
There's a prairie wolf out there.
You're also not going to stop your indoor-outdoor cat from being an indoor-outdoor cat. If they want to go outside, they're going to go.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
My wife's been freaking out. She's watching a friend of ours has, I guess 2 or 3 cats, more than one. Anyway, one of them is damn near a permanently outdoor cat.
Oh.
So she's like, I went to feed the cats. The one went outside, blah, blah, blah. Did not come back. So she calls her friend and says, hey, it's not coming back. Her friend's like, that cat disappears for a month at a time. Eventually, it always returns. But they're like, don't sweat it. But my wife will not let it go. She's like, man, I just keep checking. I said, I get it, man. Yeah. But if the owner's telling you, look, man, this cat escapes all the time.
That's not the one that we're worried about.
Yeah, exactly. Because even my son said, man, I've known these people for years. I did not know they had more than one cat because that cat's never there.
Cat just dips out for a month.
Yeah.
I'm going to go live on the land.
Yeah, my buddy's cat.
Off-grid is what he calls it.
Off-grid.
Yeah, this is the cat, Potato, right?
All right.
It stays out in the shop, but it learned how to open doors. And same thing. That cat, you open it, it'll just take off.
Later.
And it's like, is that all right? It's like, yeah, she'll come back. And then, she'll be gone, same thing, all day long. And then in the evening time, you'll just see her out there. All right, I guess we're letting her back in.
Researchers at Northwestern University are developing a fitness tracker that better monitors the calorie burn estimates for people with obesity.
Okay.
All right. I did not know that they didn't calculate those accurately. When I was bigger, I wore, the Fitbit, and I wore my Samsung watch and all that. It's like, look at me, look what I'm doing. I had no idea that was a misrepresentation. Nah, fatty, you're not doing near that much. Weather experts say the Midwest is due to be hit with severe heat dome this summer.
I just read that.
They're saying some dangerous temperatures out there, too.
And bugs.
Oh, really?
Oh, the bugs love it.
Why does that make it so much worse?
I don't know, but if it's hot and humid, the bugs are like, we're going to increase our size by 178%.
Right. Maybe it's because I want to deal with one nuisance at a time. I'm already uncomfortable
you really can't just go out and sit on your deck.
No.
Not comfortable. It's annoying.
You can't.
Light some citronella candles.
I mean,
why? So the mosquito that bites you smells better?
Do I want to get bit or breathe in cancer?
Right.
What are my options?
My God. There's a new book being released that chalks the Pacific Northwest serial killer population up to pollution in the waters of Tacoma.
Oh, they're catching up with that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, the smelter.
Yeah. Basically, that's what they were
Whoever
saying.
smelt her dealt her.
Oh, come on.
Whoever smelt her felt her.
New research indicates that the bacteria that causes stomach ulcers may actually help your brain in the fight against Alzheimer's.
Oh, cool.
All right.
That's all your brain needs is bacteria to fight against the degenerate
I remember
bacteria.
that I have ulcers.
Right.
Thank you, bacteria.
There you go. Did they just inject it in the brain? What are we doing with this here?
I don't think I want to know.
Now your brain has an ulcer.
Yeah, I know.
People get ulcers. I mean, that's a serious issue.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever gotten a stress ulcer?
Yeah.
Those suck.
Yeah.
I did not realize what was happening. I thought I just had a stomach flu or something like that. Till I realized, oh no, I'm terrified about my employment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got something big coming up.
That's right. There was a big job opening around here, and I was like, I wonder if I'm going to get it. I had no idea that I worked myself up so damn much to where I was down for the count.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a test that you can do that might show if you're at risk of chronic illnesses and musculoskeletal disorders later in life.
Well, let's do that test.
Basically, it's if you struggle to lift 10 pounds.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Did you read the one about sitting cross-legged on the floor and getting up?
No.
Oh, my God. So I read that one.
No hands?
No hands.
No hands.
And if you use one hand to help, that means you have a higher risk of dying immediately.
To me, it makes you perfectly normal.
So I get on the floor, cross my legs, try to stand up. I'm like, this is impossible.
Basically, nothing happened.
I couldn't even figure out how to contort my body without popping my knee out.
So what Miles actually did was sit down on the floor.
Right?
I mean, that's literally it.
Yeah, I sat down, but I crossed my legs. And then I tried to get up off the floor.
I know I can't.
I could use one arm and do it easy.
Sure, but that means that
I'm going to die tomorrow.
Right.
So whatever the study said. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to die.
It's like, okay, it's over. We
all accept that we're going to die.
I'm buying cigarettes tonight. Held it. Have some fun, dude.
The problem is that you got to do it well. You know, when they make the point of crossing the legs, because my first move is going to be to uncross my legs.
I'm right there.
So that I can
Yeah.
use that to help stand up. My brother-in-law, I guarantee that he can do it. He's a freak.
That's so annoying.
The guy can sit cross-legged, and then he will actually lift his body up with his hands, and then he will then go into a full extended handstand.
Oh, Jesus.
The guy doesn't work out for crap. He has a six-pack.
Really?
It's amazing.
Hate that, man.
Does he rock climb or anything?
No. He sits down and plays. He's an engineer for 343 video games, dude. He's a freaking genius, and he's fit as hell.
Cut. Yeah.
Beautiful head of hair.
Checks all the boxes.
Right.
Nice guy. Shack ass.
Get you video
Play with him
games,
every Friday. Drinks like a
dreamy
fish.
hair, six-pack abs.
Gave me my wonderful niece and nephew.
We can grate our Parmesan on his stomach.
Can you zest the strawberry on his stomach?
Guarantee it, he could.
Look at that, Mike.
He invented zesting strawberries.
He doesn't even have to try. He'll just lift it up, and the strawberries will come and zest themselves on his abs. This is weird.
He's got a booth at Comic-Con just for autographs.
He's currently ranked 12 to the AP college poll.
He just sits there.
Which one? Name it.
Right. He didn't even try out. They just put him down. 1 in 3 Americans admit that they wake up already feeling exhausted.
Well, it depends on the day, and I typically know why.
Right.
But it's not out of the realm.
Generally because of the damage I did the night before. And
That
the
is
fact
correct,
that I went
Miles.
to bed too damn late.
Oh, yeah. I'm so exhausted. I think some people call it a hangover.
Right.
But I'm exhausted.
I was amazed. I started setting my alarm for 5:30 so that I could, pump a little iron in the morning because I like to wake up at 5:30, F around on my phone for about a half hour, and then get up at 6, and, then I'll do the stuff that I want to.
I don't like any of that.
I know. I woke up out of the blue at 5:15 this morning, and I was ready to go run a mile.
Really?
Like, what the hell? I went to bed at 11.
My wife is like that, man. She gets up. I don't know what time she gets up because there's no chance I'm up when she gets up.
Yeah.
But I'll get up, say, 7:30, and she'll tell me everything she did. Do we still need... I've been to the grocery store. Well, the kids... I've been to Target. I'm like, it's 7:30 in the morning.
What are
She's
you
just
doing?
like, I mean, like, it's all done.
I got it.
Damn.
She is on top of everything, dude.
Yeah, yes, she is. Everything. I don't worry about anything. All I have to do is walk home, ask a question. I will get an answer.
There you go. A lawyer in Alabama tasked with defending a man standing accused of killing 18 people over the course of 2 years and being involved in 2 mass shootings says it's going to be difficult to find a quote-unquote fair jury.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Once you say what the accusations are, right? You can go to a foreign country. They don't know you from Adam. And once they lay out what you're being accused of, they're already kind of tainted.
And this isn't a murder.
Right.
This is 18 people, 2 mass shootings, and they said that's the guy.
Because all of the evidence, circumstantial or not, leads to this individual.
Right. I understand in this country you're innocent until proven guilty. However, when they know your ass is guilty...
Unless you're OJ.
Nah, man,
But it could be weird. And because the way some of these trials work, though, it's like, look, based on the evidence presented, we're confidently going to vote that he's guilty for 3 of the 18 murders and 1 of the mass shootings. So you end up with a lighter sentence. You're still not getting out of jail, but you end up with a lighter sentence or the death penalty, whatever.
Yeah. No matter how much money we make, there's always a few things that we refuse to stop doing, and luckily I've got them all right here.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10. 10 or more poor people habits that are actually just smart living. My pappy was born in 1936 in Shelbyville, Illinois. His parents were farmers. I swear it's got to have something to do with going through the Great Depression or being a farmer or both, but we never threw nothing away. In fact, if we saw a screen door set out for the trash man, we'd stop and pick it up. What we're going to do with it? Who the hell knows? But that behavior stuck with me. Only I've modified the game a bit. See, when food delivery drivers leave goods outside a building door, first I check for any residents, and then I check for cameras. If the coast is clear, I take it. That's how you save a buck and stay well fed. I haven't paid for a meal in years.
Thank you, Jesus. Dear God.
The more you know.
So this was actually
I do like the idea of him sneaking around, stealing cans, stealing food off people.
Lives in a condo building.
Delicious little snack. So this was actually a Reddit thread of when they asked what's a poor people habit that's actually just smart living. This person says, first step before any non-staple purchase, an unnecessary argument for myself as to why it isn't necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that. This is why we don't need this. I'm still going to do it, but here's why it's not a good idea why we do this.
Basically, what you're saying is, can I carry around the financial guilt of making this purchase?
Correct.
9 times out of 10, the answer is yes.
How about this? You guys ever buy yourself a yogurt and it's got that little peel top on it?
Yeah.
You open the thing up, what's the first thing that you do?
Lick the top,
Lick
man.
the damn top to maximize the value.
I'm not doing it to maximize the value. I'm doing it to maximize the taste. As long as you're not wasting any, that is true. But my motivation is I really like this, and there's enough on here that I want.
As long as it's a one-serving thing.
Yeah,
well, no, you're going to throw away that top anyway.
Oh, I've seen my kids, have mayonnaise on the side of the jar and lick it. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
no.
oh, easy.
Come on.
Come on now.
Shared household. How about this?
Just do it when I'm not looking.
Something.
Buying meat when it goes on sale, portioning it into useful amounts, and then freezing it for later.
I have definitely done that.
Oh, yeah.
That's when Costco gets me because they figured this out. So now they sell packs that are in their own little individually packed,
We've done the
portion
work
sizes.
for them.
Hell yeah.
Right? That's it.
Single serving.
Exactly. The problem is that those damn bags aren't like perforated or nothing like that, so you have to take scissors and cut them out
They
individually.
are a pain to open.
And at some point, you're going to break a seal on one of them that you didn't intend to. Then you're going to piss yourself off. This person says, I don't upgrade my phone until it stops being functional.
I'm right there with them.
Yep.
I do my best to stick to that one. However, I think the last time I upgraded my phone was because my wife got a new one and I got jealous.
Oh, really?
I had mine for a good long time. Like, I was well overdue for an upgrade, as they say, a.k.a. spend more money on your phone.
That's precisely it.
You have an upgrade. Right, you have the ability to buy another phone from us.
People live and die by their phones. I get it. I'm just not that person. So for me, it's like, man, my phone's got to be on its last legs for me to worry about it.
Right.
I'm with you.
I just don't care. And I do understand that people do. Kids get excited. The fact that they can look at my phone and tell me which version of iPhone it is mind-blowing to me. Oh, that's an 11. I'm like, bro, I don't know. It's a phone and it works.
Right. All their friends upgrade, so they know everything that they don't have.
Exactly.
Buying things used if it's an option.
Sure.
Save thousands on things over the years. That's my old man's deal. He loves Facebook Marketplace. He lives on
I'll never
Facebook
buy a new car ever again.
I
will go to a dealer, buy a pre-owned, leased, certified car from that dealership, more than likely. And I'm good at 34,000 miles on it.
And you saved a crap ton of money on it.
Yes, and I still got a nice car.
Anybody use grocery bags as trash bags?
Absolutely.
I use them as recyclers all the time.
Attaboy.
Yeah,
I have a
mostly
trash
recycling,
can,
but-
but I don't have a designated container.
Right.
So just the brown bag I get from QFC. Like as soon as I take my groceries out, it's like, all right, now this is the recycling bag.
We've been shopping at the Safeway that's out by my place. Shout out to Jordan. Thank you for bringing out my groceries because they did the curbside delivery. That's
nice.
there. And we use those bags and we'll use them as litter bags for the
good
cats.
call. Yeah.
So just scoop it on in there and then we'll toss them on
Because
out.
you really want to spend money on a bag where that's its final destination?
It's right.
I don't.
Exactly. Using every single last drop of any product, eating all the food, lotion, cutting open the tube, shrimp shells, soup time.
Well, I use the last of
Toothpaste
everything.
and lotion,
I don't
yes.
cut things open. But I definitely, try to get as much out as I can before I give up.
It depends if I have a replacement. A couple of months ago, I did not have another lotion, so I'm like, I'm cutting this bitch open. And what's crazy is because it's so thick, there's still an S-ton of lotion in there. You just can't get it out with a little pump.
Right. Can't move.
That's why I steal them from hotels.
Always.
Poor people habits that are actually just smart living. You know how they always say that the main reason why this generation isn't wealthy is because of avocado toast and $5 coffees. So this person says I'm making my own coffee.
There you go.
That's
Saves
right.
you a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
A lot of money.
Basically, for the price of 2 or 3 coffees at whatever coffee place that you go to, you can get yourself a big old tub that'll make a hell of a lot more.
Yes, indeed.
Putting water in the hand soap to make it last longer.
Nah, I haven't done that.
No, not done that.
Oh, really?
I've stretched it for myself, but not as a general rule. If you don't I just want to wash my hands.
I mean, I did it literally last week just because I hadn't bought more hand soap, and I was
There
like,
you go.
well, I still need to wash my hands.
Had to do it with dish soap like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, God,
damn it. It is weird. I don't know why, but you're right. Like when I wash my hands in the kitchen sink, I'm like, I don't know, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
Because it's dish soap.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Right.
They use it to get oil off of animals.
You don't have a hand soap on the counter in the kitchen?
No.
I got one in my kid's bathroom. That's it. No, we do have one in the kitchen. I never use it.
We got one in the kitchen.
What's wrong with people?
But I got it. I just don't use it.
I have a wife. That's the only reason why I have one.
Okay.
That is precisely what mine
I think
is.
I wash my hands too much.
No, not at all. I'm with you. My hands are.
I wash them all the time in the kitchen with the soap.
Yeah, no matter what happens, if my hands are not clean, I have to wash them. This one says, I've been up and I've been down, and there's one thing that doesn't ever change. You always compare hotel rates.
Oh, God, yeah.
Now, I will say we have our favorites when it comes to hotels, and so the wife will wait until the price fluctuates a little bit, but she kind of has her.
I mean, look,
her
there's
go-tos.
airlines I like, there are hotels I like, but inevitably, you're just a commodity. You get me from point A to point B. So I might like this airline better, but the price difference can be $200 a ticket. Like, guess what, kids? We're taking the one we don't like.
Right. Poor people habits that are actually just smart living. This one you are never allowed to do, but we've all done it throughout the entirety of our lives. When you sneak snacks into the movie theater.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, man.
I don't remember the last time I've been to a movie, though.
And look, we don't do it because we're
Exactly what I
trying
was
to
thinking.
get away with something. We do it because the costs are outrageous.
Yes.
That's literally it. I mean, sporting events, movies. Look, I don't begrudge them for it, but it's like, you do understand we're sneaking this crap in because the prices are stupid.
I think if I went as frequent as I did when I was younger, I would do it then.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm good for maybe one movie a year, if that.
Right.
So at
you
that
want
point
the
in
whole
time,
experience?
At that point in time, I'm like, all right, I'm going to make a lot of noise with this box.
Yeah.
These milk duds like everyone else does. Crunk, 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 crunk.
I'm going to enjoy myself out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn
I'm
it.
with you. I rarely go to the movies, but
when I do,
I'm going to splurge.
yeah, it's got to be something good. Like, actually, I might go to the movies here soon because I want to see that F1 movie.
Nice.
Oh, all right.
Attaboy. Poor people habits that are actually just smart living. This one says turning off the lights when I leave the room. That is truly just smart living. Just turn off the damn lights.
Does anybody leave them on in hotel rooms?
No.
Yeah.
I love it.
You turn on. Wait, what?
Yep. Turn on the lights. I keep the TV on.
Yeah,
I bring
I'm not
AC all the way
paying that
down.
bill.
You mean like when you're going to sleep?
No. Like,
Oh,
if
if I
I'm
walk out of
leaving
the
and I'm
room.
coming back, I'm just like, to me, it's like a wild adventure. It's like, well, I'm not at my own home. Like, leave the lights on.
I
Leave
still
the
turn
TV
it off,
on.
and I think it's just habit.
See, I leave,
I see a light switch by the door.
I leave the TV on. Because once I find the channel that I know I'm more than likely going to be watching, I don't want to search for it again because this is not my service that I use.
Right.
So it took me a while to find it. I just leave the TV on.
I just need the noise.
Right.
Dude, you're right. I don't know why. It is a struggle, though, getting that TV.
Every time. Got to read the directions.
Here's the channel listing, as if that helps.
I know.
Yeah.
Now I know where I need to just plug 1, 2, 3, 4 out.
Right, and Miles is right, man. Like, ESPN's like 50-something. I don't want to start back at zero.
Adding a sliver of soap to the new bar.
What?
So basically, if you have a bar of soap and you wither it down to a single sliver, then you kind of fuse it to the new bar when you bring it over?
I have not done that.
I've done that out of laziness.
Lazy? No. Maximization.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was maximizing stuff.
Damn right. Getting your value out, Ted.
Yeah, I wasn't being lazy.
Come on now.
Someone here says, siphon gas.
Not paying for porn. Another great test. Honestly, I don't know why in 2025 anybody's paying for porn.
You have to be into some stuff.
You've got to
That's all I
really
can
be into
think.
some stuff.
Like, there's just so much available. If you're like, I need to pay for what I'm looking for. Like, damn.
And then I'll leave you with this last poor people habit that's actually just smart living. We do it right here in this very office. The sauce drawer stays no matter what.
Oh, God. We have a sauce trophy, but yes.
It's the same thing.
It basically is.
Taco Bell, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, whatever it is.
I
that you
just
got
added
Chick-fil-A
something.
sauces.
Oh, what did I just throw in there? Earlier this week, too. It was like red pepper flakes and Parmesan.
Yep. There you go.
Is that what it
Pizza?
was? Yeah, it was yeah.
Oh, that's
Papa
right.
John's.
From the,
Papa John's.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
the party that we had.
Did anybody save that one garlic butter?
No.
Yeah, it's in there, yeah.
Is it in the fridge?
I saved it.
Attaboy.
No, it doesn't need to be refrigerated. It's not really butter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like, did you refrigerate that movie theater butter? No. But I put it in the car because we were low on oil.
A woman in New York lost her life after getting into the path of an oncoming train, but why she was there in the first place.
Do I want to know?
Nah, I don't think you do, but I'll tell you.
All right, we got headlines coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk. And Steve will throw a hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast an unidentified woman from somewhere here in the U.S. I'm going to be as delicate with this as I can, all right? So she recently sent a plea for help to one of those advice columns, I believe in Slate or whatever it was. But it was about her boyfriend and their sex life. Now, long story short, the young couple, they enjoyed a robust sex life. Both of them enjoyed each other physically, especially of the oral variety. But now he refuses to perform because of a mistake that she made last week. Apparently, he was doing his thing. She slipped on a fart, and now he refuses to return.
Oh!
So she was asking for advice from Slate. Like, hey, how do I convince them? That's a one-time deal. But I guess he's like, no. No matter what.
No.
That's what she said,
Okay.
man, we've been doing great. This mistake happened, and now he is 100% not returning to the scene of the crime. Yeah. Feel bad for this girl. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola bijola. All right, it's going to get tested on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
When you create a category of SUV, you focus on improving upon it. The large traditional premium utility Lincoln Navigator SUV is all new for 2025. Inspired redesign, both inside and out, is met with a class-exclusive heated power-full third-row bench seat and the class-exclusive Lincoln Splitgate. Experience what it's like to have your wellness placed at the center of it all. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class's large traditional premium utility.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that, I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kind of are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed. Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Ever walked past a place for rent and wish you could just peek inside? Maybe even explore the layout? Envision the natural light streaming through the windows? Or plan where your vinyl record collection would go? At Apartments.com, you can. With tools like their 3D virtual tours, you can see the exact unit you'd be living in. Really envision yourself in your new home with Apartments.com. The place to find a place.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9. A 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ioniq 9 is available in extremely limited quantities at select dealers in select states only. EPA estimated range based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that, I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kind of are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola. All right, Matt, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
All right, fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories today, which I will tell you in a moment when someone runs back to the office and grabs the papers off my freaking desk. And they're probably in a folder that says Big Dummy, because I grabbed the full stack off of my little thing in front of me here.
What do you think the choices are?
I want to say Animalize This, I believe.
All right. We did what? Spill yesterday.
We did Spill yesterday, but Spill is back. Animalize This, and thank you, Mr. Hawk. Good God. And Bite Me. All right. Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And as I said, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Let's go Bite Me.
Bite Me.
Bite Me.
Get yourself an egg and beat it.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Here is your story in Bite Me. The New York City Health Department is investigating after a woman who bought takeout from a restaurant in Midtown found something in her meal. Mixed in with the lettuce, sauteed beef, and salmon, and there was an extra little something nasty in Hannah Rosbach's meal. The 27-year-old ordered the food to go and was halfway through her meal when she spotted something. Quote, "When I tried to cut it, it didn't feel right." The owner of the restaurant, Ray Park, not the Ray Park that played Darth Maul, he showed the footage insisting the object did not come from his restaurant. Quote, "I was thinking, how can this be happening here? Because we have a high standard to run here every single day." Meanwhile, Rosbach says now she can't imagine eating out. She rushed to the doctor, and as a precaution, she was put on antibiotics. Wow. She filed a complaint with 311, and the health department says they're investigating. The question is, what did she find in her food? Was it a bat? Was it a mouse? Was it a tooth, or was it a Band-Aid? Bat, mouse, tooth, or Band-Aid? Yeah, so it wasn't good.
Matt, I'm going to go Band-Aid.
Hey, Mike, what are you thinking?
I'll follow Miles' lead and go Band-Aid on this.
Band-Aid. Okay.
All right.
I'm going mouse.
Mouse for Ted.
She is shook, dude. It was a mouse.
All right, Matt, what do you think?
Let's go Band-Aid.
Okay, 3 on the Band-Aid. What did she cut or bite into? Bat, mouse, tooth, or Band-Aid? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ioniq 9 is available in extremely limited quantities at select dealers in select states only. EPA estimated range based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that, I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kind of are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Categories by me on profile this New York City Health Department investigating after something was found in a meal. Was it a bat, a mouse, a tooth, or a Band-Aid?
And Matt, that is the very question that we posed to you, and you agreed with Miles Montgomery. You agreed with Mike Hawk. All three of you went with the old Band-Aid.
Well, thank God
it was not a Band-Aid.
Mouse.
Ted, you went with the mouse?
Yep. Disgusting.
There was no winner.
Now for all TV news all the time to TV time of tea.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. We got the Jimmys.
Colin and Kibble.
Seth Meyers. Colbert.
Steven.
Writers. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there to tell you, as guys have teams and talents, writers, something come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The Louvre in Paris shut down when employees went on strike to protest mass tourism. You don't like tourism? You're a museum. Where are the tourists supposed to go? You think people are really like, we should go to Paris this year and see their banks?
Colbert?
Yeah, Colbert.
Myers.
The Louvre in Paris shut down this week after employees went on strike to protest mass tourism. You don't like tourists? You're a museum. Where are the tourists supposed to go? Do you think people are like, we should really go to Paris this year and see their banks?
That is I know it's a joke, but that's also a damn fine point.
Yeah, like that's specifically what a museum attracts is tourists.
Unless there's a new exhibit. If you live there, you probably don't go back.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you do if family comes to town. Or if you have friends that want to go see it. But for the most part, it's like the Space Needle. You know why you're there. Your cousin's in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go, hey, it's Saturday, let's go to the Needle.
Why not? We'll just hang.
In a new poll, 47% of Gen Zers say they're having more sex while we're working remotely. Wait, people actually prefer having sex at home than the office bathroom?
Beat Ted Smith.
Colbert.
That's me. How is that like a shocking stat? Of course people are having more sex. They're at home.
You're home. Yeah, it explains itself.
People already enjoy pooping on the company dime. Getting laid on the company dime ain't half bad either.
Yeah, like I like the bar, but I have more sex at home.
Yeah.
Well, you need one for the other.
Florida Panthers beat the Edmonton Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. Edmonton fans were heartbroken. This was Canada's last chance to win the cup before they become our 51st state.
Colbert.
Fallon?
It's Colbert.
Congratulations to the Florida Panthers who beat the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup. Edmonton fans were heartbroken. This was Canada's last chance to win the cup before they become our 51st state.
The makers of Lay's potato chips have announced Bacon Grilled Cheese is the winner of their Do Us a Flavor contest. Same said those psychos over at Oreo.
Myers.
Yeah, Seth.
The makers of Lay's potato chips have announced bacon grilled cheese is the winner of their Do Us a Flavor contest. Same, said those psychos over at Oreo.
Speaking of the Stanley Cup, they already dented it. So I guess this is not unheard of. Yeah. Basically, they won the cup. They partied with it all night. As of yesterday, I was talking about I saw yesterday morning, they were already at bars, filling it up with beer and pouring it on people.
Right.
Yeah, so they already cracked the top of it. There's a dent in the bottom.
But they have a team that fixes all this, right?
Correct. How much do you think the Stanley Cup weighs? Miles, you should know. You handed me the story.
We'll say 36 pounds.
I did read it. 25.
They lift it fairly easily. I'm going to say it's going to be about 40 pounds.
Throw wins. He's closest without going over. It's 37 pounds.
36.
Oh, damn. That was close.
Good
All right.
work, boss.
I thought it would be heavier.
Right.
That's still pretty heavy.
I mean, just
to raise it over your head.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you have the adrenaline at the moment because you just won it. But if you said today, just lifted it up, they'd be like, dude, just look at it.
If you were the guy that was holding it like that for pictures, you'd be like, all right, guys.
Hurry up.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's get this going. Flip the phone around.
I'm getting tired of this.
Shaking and stuff.
Hang on.
One elbow's drooping.
Hang on, my nephew's calling me.
Miles is correct, though. There's a team of people that work on it. They say, don't worry. It'll be back in shape by Sunday for the parade.
Nice.
And then also they say it's more malleable than you would think.
I guess so.
I believe.
Well,
the abuse that thing's had to have gone through over the, century?
Well, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they took it in the ocean. And, salt water's not good for metal, generally.
Nope. But clearly, hockey players don't care. If you get the Stanley Cup, it's like, look, man, for the next year, just do what you're going to do. We understand, and we won't ask questions.
Right.
We don't know what this is on it. We don't know how this happened, whatever.
Right. Well, it's like we were saying yesterday, too. It's just a cooler trophy. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing. Once you win one, it's just anarchy for days.
Right.
I mean, I remember when the Capitals won, there was they were all in fountains, in just part of the city, swimming and stuff. It's like that. There's no way that's legal.
Well, when Brady threw the Super Bowl trophy in Tampa to Gronk on a different boat.
Oh, my God.
I was kind of wondering what happens if that doesn't make it there. He drops it.
Oh, someone's going down to get it.
That's what I'm saying. But is it going to be a scuba diver first who's just on the ready? He's got a tank. He can swim off and no one will even know he's under there.
Cordon off the area.
You know what I mean?
Nobody dive here.
Just don't pop up right where they are. Kind of go off to the side. Take that damn thing.
I mean, I still think.
Seriously.
It's such a good video of him throwing that trophy. But I mean, if that thing had gone in the drink, you're right. Do you dive right in after it? Do you
look.
Gronk, I believe, would have. I think Gronk would have been overboard in a heartbeat.
But here are the rules, okay? If you find someone's wallet on the street, all right, there's a moral obligation for you to return the wallet if you can. If you can get a contact with that person. But if you
most wallets you find on the ground, ironically, never have cash in them.
Because it's ID, it's all that stuff, right? Yeah. If you find cash, you might just... If you find cash in a Target, $100 on the floor, are you taking it up to the front desk?
No.
Are you?
No.
Okay. So
Mike would.
All right.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm looking around for who it belongs to. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm leaving.
I've got this weird rule. If you
I
find
would pull
somebody,
one of these.
if you find you find a dog on the street, you're obligated to find out who the owner of that dog is.
Sure.
Okay? If you find
but
money,
I don't want your
if
dog.
You find money.
I want your money.
If you find money, now it's up in the air. But my rule is this: if it goes in the water and disappears, it can be anyone's. All right, I'm being dead serious. For some reason,
is the dog following
if you lose
me?
it? Well,
I just see a random dog on the street. I'm like, all right, good talking to you, fella.
Well, what I'm saying is,
good luck out there.
If you see that a dog is lost or whatever the deal is, sure. For whatever reason, like shipwrecks, they find these shipwrecks, and people just,
it's mine,
right? You find something in the ground with a metal detector,
it's mine.
It's yours. So where's the fine line here between?
There's no fine line. It's a very big gray area because if you find somebody's class ring or an heirloom watch.
Well, but that's
or
identifiable.
Like
hopefully,
I think it has to do with Miles is right. It has to do with if it's in the ground, right? History. They have this whole show called The Curse of Oak Island.
Yeah,
these guys been digging around that island for 3 seasons.
What the hell are they looking for?
The family's not going to come back and go, "Hey, that's our pottery."
No, I think Miles has a point. If something's in the ground or
it's
in
yours.
the ocean,
it's yours. So if
it's a matter of time.
Yeah. Well,
but also I think if no one else is looking for it,
Well, they're going to look for that Super Bowl trophy if Gronk drops it.
They're going to look for that, but everyone knows about it. Now, it'd be different if Gronk came up to you and said, look, man, this wasn't on camera. I accidentally dropped that thing in the ocean off the end of a pier. I'm going to go down and get it. But it was on national TV, so I'm not going to steal it. But if he just told me, God, man, I'm so embarrassed I dropped it, I'm getting me a Lombardi trophy.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so let's say he drops his phone in the water, like my wife did, right?
Yeah.
She didn't go get it.
Correct.
Now, if I went and got it, I'd be like, look, dude, this is mine now.
Well, sure.
Because you weren't willing to go get it. But I was.
Yeah, if you're not
in
willing
the
to get
water,
it.
that's what I told her. I said, if I go get that damn phone, it's mine because it was brand new. And she's like, it's not yours, it's mine. I'm like, well, then you go get it.
Go get it.
See,
Or pay me to go
that's
get
what
it.
I'm saying. When it gets in the water like that, you're either, if you don't get it and I do, it's mine.
I think that's fair.
But there's also, but hang on, but then there's a line of like, I find this $100, and Mike's like, that's my 100. I'm like, take it off me.
Because
It's mine now.
You can't identify it. Now, if he dropped his credit card, it's different.
Sure, has your name on it.
Has your name on it. It's identifiable.
Well, besides Lombardi trophies, a lot of things live in the sea.
I know, I'm just saying. If I catch a fish, it's mine.
Right.
I think Mike was talking about it yesterday. We're coming up on the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
Yeah.
This is a fun little list here. Most popular sharks in media.
Most popular sharks.
So obviously Bruce has got to be on there. I wonder if Bruce.
You mean the original Bruce or the Finding Nemo?
I think both are on there.
Yeah, they got to be.
So Jaws would be one. I think Bruce would be two. I'm trying to think.
What's the name of the mascot in San Jose?
Ooh.
I'm just trying to think. Sharks don't pop up that often,
They
like in
really
that
don't.
caricature.
His name has to be like
cartoon
Sam.
world.
Right. There was Land Shark from SNL.
Yeah, and Land Shark.
All right.
Shark.
Destiny from Finding Dory.
I don't know if
I didn't see
remember
that one.
the-
Okay. All right.
King Shark from Suicide Squad.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Big dopey character.
What
He's
about
like half man,
you? Kind of liked him.
Yeah.
What about the shark that ate? Was it what was
Samuel L. Jackson,
it? Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
but didn't have a name.
But it's still
Oh, that is good. What is that?
Deep Blue
Deep Blue
Sea.
Sea. Deep Blue
Sea.
Do you know why
Deep
that
Blue
scene
Sea.
was in there? I can't
Because he had to go do another movie.
another movie. So he's like, hey, man, honest to God, he's like, he wasn't supposed to die, but he's like, guys, I cannot finish this movie because of contract. Have my ass eaten.
that might be my favorite shark scene in a movie.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that movie in a theater in like Lanham, Maryland. And I mean, when he got eaten by that shark, to say that theater reacted would be an understatement.
Shirts over the face.
Nowhere.
Shirt over the face.
Just like, oh, damn. Lenny from Shark Tale.
Okay, yeah.
2004?
All right. I'm sorry, that was a fun movie. It was stupid, but it was a fun movie.
Is it just about a shark?
So
What it's doing in life?
No,
It's
so
Shark Tale.
so Jack Black plays Lenny, and his dad's Robert De Niro. He's a very gangster shark family that he lives in. But Lenny doesn't like to kill fish. He's kind of a vegetarian when it comes to sharks.
Vegetarian shark.
Will Smith is a poor little fish that dreams of the high life, and he ends up, in some way, shape, or form, ending up looking like he killed a shark. So they call him the Shark Slayer. And now Will Smith and Jack Black are now working together to where he constantly looks like the hero, and Lenny can fly under the radar because he ran away from home thinking that he was the reason that his brother died.
Okay.
That is a tale.
It was a
Deeper
fun
than I
tale.
thought, man.
And then the final two spots, you have Bruce from Jaws.
There you go.
And Bruce from Finding Nemo.
Okay, I called it.
I think I fell off after the original Nemo.
I'm with you.
I did too. I mean, but I saw it 2,400 times, so it's like.
And I'll tell you what,
F Dory.
it wasn't a bad burn. It was one of those movies where my kid watched it. I'm like, I can tolerate this again.
Yeah.
I just want to do something new.
It's a Shrek. It's a Toy Story. It's one
Sure.
where if it's on, you're like, all right, I can tolerate it.
Again, my theory, it's just not a Disney one.
That's all. That's all it is,
right?
man.
You cut out the singing, and it's like people are more. I think adults are more apt to be like, all right, we can watch it.
The
again.
original Lilo and Stitch. That was another one where I was like, that's fine.
Didn't need
I
to be
did
remade.
not like that one.
No?
Yeah, I didn't. Like most of them, I'm okay with. Lilo and Stitch did nothing for me. That's one of the. Sorry.
No, singing or
Shooting
nothing.
eye daggers at me. Like, look, man, I just didn't like the movie.
That one had more of a soundtrack than it did singing, though.
Yeah, that still affects me.
Well, then there's Sing, where you know what you're getting into.
I know.
It's in the title.
Decent movie.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it
okay,
is.
I know what this is. It's
all
called
covers.
Sing. Right, and it's covers of tunes I already know.
Which shocks me that you didn't like Trolls.
Those weren't covers, man.
There were some little covers in there.
There may have been a cover or two, but Justin, what's his face?
Justin Timberlake.
credit to him.
got a
Wrote a
feeling.
bunch of new songs for this movie. And the thing about Trolls, it's kind of their deal. If they're happy, they're going to sing.
Sure.
And this sounds horrible. They were happy too much for me. In that
They were
movie,
too damn
man.
happy.
I need some sadness to sing.
It sounds like a bunch of drunk people around a fire.
It is.
Oh, they're going to start singing. They're getting happy again.
Oh, God, here comes the guitar.
Oh, what are you guys, happy?
Here's Wonderwall.
Stop singing.
Country Road.
Obviously, the Stanley Cup Finals are over. We were talking about that. So then tonight you have Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Outside of the state of Indiana, the state of Washington, like, come on. Don't let the Thunder win.
I know.
No. If the Thunder win, the commissioner has to come out and go, all right, Seattle, you get your team.
Yeah.
He should say that before he even hands the trophy.
If they did win, and he said that, would you want them to win?
Well, yeah, if it meant we get a team.
That's what I'm saying. If he comes out at the end and says, all right, Seattle, you got a team. I'm like,
in.
Good.
Right.
I'm glad it worked out this way.
In.
Yeah,
Whatever.
if you already have a new girlfriend, you don't mind meeting your ex's guy.
Nope.
So if we have a team, I'll feel better. The game going on now.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Police in Nebraska are looking for thieves who stole $3,000 in quarters from a victim's home. We head to India, where a highway is where drunk men on camel do roam. Suspect compliments cop after his aim after getting shot. A woman's life comes to an end after picking the train tracks to take a squat. And someone put a bungee cord around an alligator's mouth to keep it from biting people. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story, we go to New York, where there's been an incident concerning one of the local trains. Authorities got reports of a woman that lost her life after getting into the path of an oncoming train around 10:30 at night. While there's not too many details about the story or the aftermath of the incident, what we do know is why she was on the tracks. She had jumped down off of the platform and into the path of the train to relieve herself on the tracks.
Come on, you're in New York City. Just pee where everyone else pees, directly on the bench.
Exactly.
It's a subway station in New York. Just pee anywhere. Now, they almost make it safe for you.
Hang your butt off the side if you want to, man. Come on.
Nobody there cares.
I mean, if you've never been on the subway in New York City, it's literally the definition of mind your business.
No
Yes.
kidding.
Yes, it is.
God.
Seriously, you just sit there like, there's craziness going on. Just don't acknowledge it.
I wouldn't survive there, man. I wouldn't do well. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to scramble herself back up onto the platform before the train arrived, so that's
It's a rookie move.
That's a rookie move. In other news, interesting story out of India. Motorists had to make adjustments for a drunk driver that was barreling down the freeway. But before you think that our drunk driver is foolish enough to be wasted behind the wheel of a truck or an SUV, take comfort in knowing that he was drunk riding a camel on the freeway. Video was taken by one of the many drivers maneuvering around the animal and shows the camel at a steady pace, with his jockey doing his best to stay conscious. The man taking the video was able to eventually corral the animal to a stop and tied him off in a safe location out of the way of oncoming traffic. Nobody was injured in the incident. This guy
On a
looked messed
camel.
up.
To be fair, if I'm riding a camel in downtown anywhere, I promise you I'm drunk.
That's a great point.
I mean, just like if I see you on a camel in downtown urban traffic, my assumption is that you are hammered.
Oh, God, it's
There used to be a guy that would walk around the city and he had a goat. And like, I don't think he was drunk, but I could always look at him in my head and be like, he's done drugs.
Yes.
I don't know that he's on them right now. But he's walking around downtown. Same thing. If Thrill shows up on a camel, it's like, the hell did you get into this morning?
This morning.
I don't know, man.
How did he get up there?
I think he was coherent enough to get himself up and on there. Then
I couldn't get on top of a camel sober.
Well,
I mean, I'm
you're not used to it.
seriously. How the hell do you climb up there?
It was probably his camel.
Right.
Well,
I hope it's his camel.
Do you know how to make them get down and then you jump on their back and make them stand up, I guess?
Maybe.
All from a bear.
Yeah. I assume that's what he must have done.
Right? Get on down here.
I ain't climbing up a camel at home.
Take me home.
Camel light?
Sorry, now I'm just picturing not only his Thrill on the camel, but he's trained it already.
Get
In
down
25
here.
minutes.
No, I can't jump up there, damn it.
I am hammered, but
I can train a camel.
All right.
Listens better than my kids.
Damn kids.
Come on, Humpy.
Show camel.
God, Joe the camel.
I got him on camel points.
He's just smoking camel. Look at me. Yo, dog.
Body cam footage from an officer in California is making the rounds online after the man that they were there to see made an interesting comment. The officers were responding to calls of a domestic dispute in the area involving an armed and possibly suicidal man. The footage shows when they entered the home with guns drawn, ushering the unarmed residents out of the way before coming around the corner to see their man taking aim with a rifle. Didn't take long for officers to open fire on the man, hitting him in the leg and taking him down. Control of the situation then goes to the officers, who make repeated commands for the man to crawl towards them, to which he admits he's struggling because, he's got a bullet in his leg. Makes the comment, quote, "That was a good shot, though. That was a good shot." The rifle in his possession turned out to be a BB rifle. He was taken into custody and faces multiple charges.
Good shot.
That was a good shot, bro.
Oh, you got me. I'm fast. That bullet's faster.
They keep saying, crawl to us, crawl to us. It's like, dude, you shot me in the leg.
Normally I dodge bullets, right? Like, what is this guy thinking?
Come on.
Right.
Police in Nebraska are asking for the public's help to find a thief. A report was made by a local resident that he arrived home one day to find that his back door was open. Upon investigation, he determined that someone had indeed broken into his house and not only made off with roughly $200 in cash, but also $3,000 worth of quarters that they had in the home that was collected over a span of time with the idea that it would pay for a vacation.
Now that's a racket right there. I like this guy.
Right?
Every quarter goes into a jar. At the end of the year, I take that jar and I go on vacation.
Hell yeah.
I'm serious.
That's a lot of quarters.
That is.
$3,000, dude. That's a lot of
He
quarters.
works at a laundromat. No, I don't.
That's just 12,000 quarters.
Well, you know this. He pays for everything in cash.
They've released images of the men responsible courtesy of the surveillance camera from the alleyway that they parked in. Yeah, absolutely. This guy deals in nothing but cash if he's collecting all
Well,
that
he's not
quarters.
wrong. He probably paid for the thieves' vacation.
Yeah.
Really? Aw. Just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go to Florida, where even killing machines deserve a little mercy. Officers were alerted to an alligator in the area that had a bungee cord wrapped around its jaws. They called one of the experts at the park known as Gatorland to come and capture the beast after about an hour. Such a creative name.
Gatorland.
Gatorland.
Yeah, we got another breakout down at Gator Lane.
He was able to wrangle him and get the cord removed. They believe that someone had attempted to illegally capture the gator and failed at their attempt, leaving the reptile with a visible scar around his muzzle. Looks badass,
Look,
by the way.
I think it's Florida guy. He's like, look, I got that gator in my backyard, but I don't want to get rid of it. I'll put a bungee cord around his mouth so it can't bite anybody.
Nevertheless, the gator was taken back to Gatorland and is adjusting well to life in captivity along with others. Gatorland.
He's back Gatorland.
They named this thing. What do you think they named it?
Bungee.
Yeah, damn right they named it
nice.
Bungee. His name's
Gator
Bungee.
McGatorface.
Shut your mouth.
Men's Room Sports, the Mariners are on the road headed for Chicago, but you do have baseball currently underway over on MLB Network. And like Ted said, Game 6 of the NBA Finals is underway as well over on ABC. As far as your weather, clouds are moving in, bringing temperatures down to 50 tonight, and they will stick around to make it a cloudy 60-degree Friday to welcome us into the weekend. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Speaking of weekend, we'll see you tomorrow for the return of Ted versus the FCC and a Bad Choice Friday. Lovely Jolene is coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ioniq 9 is available in extremely limited quantities at select dealers in select states only. EPA estimated range based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
You know how we all have that one friend we go to with all our financial questions? I'm talking the one who gives you advice like no one else can. Well, meet Experian, your BFF. And by that, I mean big financial friend. I'm telling you, Experian is going to be your go-to app when it comes to taking control of your finances. And this big financial friend is always there for you, just hanging out on your phone, where we all kinda are anyway. Experian has a bunch of legit ways to help you save. And get this, the Experian app lets you check your FICO score, matches you with credit cards, and a bunch more totally BFF kind of things to help you manage your finances. Bet your other BFFs can't do all that, huh? Anyway, it's easy to have this big financial friend by your side. Just download the Experian app and get started for free. Trust me, you'll be up to speed with this BFF in no time. Results will vary. Credit offers, approvals, and reward programs based on FICO Score 8 model and subject to lender terms. Offers not available in all states. See Experian.com for details. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinky's?
Yes, Darlene. Pinky's Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkysplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.